What up, though? You are now listening to another episode of Dead End Gaming, episode 131. I am 1/6 of your host tonight. We have a very, hey y'all, shut the lights off, everything. We have a celebrity here on the show.
True that.
You know what I'm saying? We have a celebrity here on the show, and he also happens to share the same birthday. So that's definitely
gang.
The homie Jai, he's a boss editor on the Glass Case podcast. What's the other one? Something to Say podcast with Christina Lee and man, hip hop. He's also known for Hip Hop Obama. So if you see that on Twitter, then you already know who that is. But the homie Jai, man, welcome, man. Thank you.
Good people. What is going on? It's a beautiful day in Atlanta, Georgia.
Yes, it is. And also, I got the homie D Eric V.
What is up? It's me.
Got 1,000 grams, Granddad Willie.
Stop.
1,000 kilos.
I don't even know the metric system, y'all. I don't even know the metric system.
The century. We got Granddad in here.
Granddaughter, 1,000 hours. Customary system is what I learned, so I don't even
So you give it to you in pounds.
Grand practice.
Right.
Granted, he's moving tons.
No, I'm putting cases on every one of y'all. You know what? That's it.
And we got Bloodbath.
Kev in this bitch.
Hey. Kev on fresh face in here, y'all. For those of y'all that are listening.
You didn't even get an A this week. You got the instant roast.
Tyler, about this.
That's not a roast. That's not a roast. See, y'all instigating.
He didn't get his A. Like, damn.
I said A, and then I said Kevin here. You know what? Whatever. I didn't even respond to me.
A was the start of her sentence to talk shit.
Hey, boy. Face right now.
Hey, I'm about to get at your ass, boy.
I didn't do nothing.
It wasn't no A exclamation, wasn't no A apostrophe. It was a A. Look at this nigga. You know
what I'm saying? Look here.
He told this boy to shave all his hair off, huh?
I ain't say none of that, y'all. Y'all
look
roll
at
back the tape.
that upper lip.
Roll back the tape. Y'all know I ain't say that.
Yeah, I made a mistake. I made
That's
a mistake.
why body cam footage is important, y'all, because motherfuckers be lying.
And that lovely voice y'all hear, of course, is the one and only Curls. I call her Curls, but y'all know her as Tyler.
What up, though, y'all? AKA Sweetest Spot, AKA the Hoodie Bandit, AKA Boogie in Yo Hoodie, AKA Yo the Hoodie Tight Son. Now run that shit, bitch. Nah, me.
Hey, but no, now we in spring season now, Tyler. How many hoodies you didn't jack this past winter?
I plead the fifth. 5. 1, 2, 3, 4.
FIF.
Oh man! So for those new listeners, this show is going to be a little different. We're still going to do the games that we played, but then we're going to get right into this is the Mortal Kombat spoiler review today.
Come back. I ain't see that one.
I said Mortal Kombat. Wait a minute, hold on, let me get this up.
Double down, y'all.
Look, man.
Today is the Mortal Kombat.
People told me this was gonna happen, and I was like, I'm not gonna say nothing, but I can't promise that Willie ain't gonna say nothing.
I'm not.
Spoiler review. We're gonna talk about it today, and we're gonna still do questions from you guys at the end after the review. So yeah, be sure to be ready to get into the question queue. So with that being said, Tyler, what games you played this past week?
Hold on, I'm typing blocked in the chat because people wilding. Anyways, so yeah, I mean the usual. I've been playing Apex per usual. I always play Apex every day, but in a very strange and unexpected turn of events, I have been playing a lot of Fallout 76. And I'm kind of fucking with it right now. I've been having a lot of fun playing with it. I've also played that every day. So every day I played a little bit of Apex, and I played a fair amount of Fallout 76. Like those of y'all that have been listening to the show for a minute know that I love Fallout and it's my favorite game franchise. And I really wanted to like Fallout 76. I played it, I played the beta when they dropped it. I got it when it first came out, but I didn't really stick with it for reasons that we've discussed before. But a lot of the issues that I had with it, I would say maybe 90% of the issues that I had with it at this point, they fixed enough stuff. There are still some glitches here and there. I have been kicked like once or twice, but I mean, I get kicked from Apex sometimes too. When you're playing online games, sometimes you're going to get kicked. But a lot of the glitches that they had before have been fixed. Them adding, as I said last week, like NPCs makes a really big difference. And I mean, the shooting system still is not hot, but what I did, like, for the first time ever, I made like a more like melee focused character, because I've never really done that in any other Fallout games, but that has ameliorated some of the issues with like shooting and not having bats to its like usual extent. So either way, and also I'm kind of like, I'm at level like 56 now, so I've gotten to the point where there's not a lot of stuff that can kill me. And I have like enough stim packs and enough moves with my little like melee weapons. And also, I mean, I still do shoot, like I've used shotguns a lot. But the point is that, yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm legit having as much fun with that game as I wanted to have when it first came out. And so my just love for Fallout in general has kicked back in, and I've been I mean, my love for Fallout was never gone, but you know, with this game it was like I just wasn't having the experience playing it that I wanted to have before. But I would say at this point I'm having the experience that I wanted to have playing it. I've like, you know, like run into some cool people that gave me shit or were selling items for next to nothing because they have a vendor system now. I mentioned this last week that they've sort of done a public teams thing, which was one of my beefs with Fallout 76 before, is that if you weren't playing with people, there was no way to really like match with people the way that you would in Destiny or something like that. So saying all that to say, I've been fucking with that shit. So yeah.
Question.
Yeah, we on that Fallout 76. I knew you was gonna have something to say.
Of course, I always do. Would you recommend it?
Yes.
Okay.
Now, who am I talking about? Who am I recommending it to, though? Because I guess that's sort of a caveat.
It's a bit of a loaded question. I guess maybe somebody who's touched the game before, somebody who has not touched Fallout before. I guess it's a, you know, like I said, it's a loaded question. So let's say somebody who likes Fallout. They like 3 in New Vegas. Sure, Beezy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I would recommend it. I would absolutely recommend it to somebody that likes Fallout, because the thing is, it's very much, now that they fixed some of those issues that were there before, like I said, the main one being like NPCs, you know, like it feels like a Fallout game now. Like I said before, like the main issue that I still have with it is not being able to use bats, and also not having the ability to like sort of pause the fight to pop a chem or something like that, which is a big part of, you know, like we said, sort of the issues with the shooting system, because the shooting system and the shooting mechanics aren't really, I mean, it leaves something to be desired, right? So one of the ways that you would sort of work around that or circumvent that is by using more chems or using bats, and you can't really do that to the same degree. But yeah, like for anybody that likes Fallout who maybe tried to play 76 when it first dropped and didn't like it and haven't touched it since, I would absolutely recommend trying it again. And yeah. So if it was somebody who like does not like Fallout, or is, I mean, yeah, that would be really the only thing that would stop me from recommending it to somebody, if it's somebody who just doesn't like that style of gameplay. But it very much feels like a Fallout game now. It doesn't have quite the same level of, you know, linear story that you would have in, you know, your Fallout 3 or your Fallout New Vegas or your Fallout 4, you know, but I would absolutely recommend it. It's, you know, I enjoy like having this like MMO experience in the Fallout world, and sort of I've been fucking with it really heavy for the past like week and a half since I picked it back up.
Okay. All right. Bloodbath, what you been playing?
You know, I got to start off by saying 2K, per usual. I played my weekly 2K. We need to get the guys back together, but I know you said Friday your birthday, so you ain't gonna want to run no 2K this week. Maybe everybody else will. I played. What else I played? I played a little bit of God of War. Played a little bit of that. I'm still not that far into it, but I don't know. I can't tell them. I think I'm that far, but I can't tell. It's good though. And Apex, like always, just play some Apex for the show today. Always down to run some Apex. So I think that's it.
All right, Jai, what you been playing? If you haven't played none this past week, what you been playing? What was the last thing you kind of?
Yeah, I haven't really played much at all this week or last week. I got like you said, our birthday is coming up on Friday. I got a bunch of people whose birthdays is all in the same week, so I've been going to birthday parties and dinners and all that kind of stuff. The last game I did play though was a game that I actually downloaded on my phone called Tactical, and it's like a I don't know how to describe it. It reminds me of Moonwalker. Remember the Moonwalker arcade game, the Michael Jackson joint? Yeah. It's like a top view type of game, but it's a shooter. Cool little joint. A little bit of fun. Other than that, that's probably the only thing I played in the last week and a half, 2 weeks.
All right. What about you, Eric?
I did some community gaming with my people in Discord. So we played a few like 4-player games. Shout out to Sonny and Koi, and I think it was Mike Rich I played with, but played some Power Stone 2 4 players, played some Cadillacs and Dinosaurs, classic. Did some 4-player Turtles in Time. As far as my own shit, played Astral Chain for the first time. It was like Viewer's Choice Week on my channel, so I just went into my games that people have been telling me to play for like years and months and shit, so I decided to touch them. Astral Chain for the Switch is really dope. Platinum Games, I recommend it. Sunset Overdrive for the Xbox, it's cool. It's made by Insomniac, so it's kind of got a Spider-Man feel, but it was, I don't know, it was a little bit tough for me to get the grasp of it in that 4 hours of which I was streaming it, but it definitely has a lot of potential. Sleeping Dogs, great game, always has been. Played through it like a couple times already anyway. And Old School Saturday was Twisted Metal 2, which I appreciate the cheat code, Beak. Because goddamn,
that is my favorite Twisted Metal. I saw Eric, and I couldn't remember. Well, that's right, because you went on the show last week. So when I saw you were streaming that Saturday, I was like, "Oh man, I gotta come in on this one. I got to." And I didn't see you playing with Minion. I was like, "Oh, you gotta play with Minion. What are you doing?" So.
He remembered all the cheat codes, bro. Remember all the invincibility and all this freezing shit. I'm like, I remember this shit, man.
He was Eric was cracking up every time when I was in the chat. Like, oh, what? I heard you can cloak. Can you cloak on here? Bam, man. Like I was giving the code for all that. He was laughing. Like when he pulled up me, he just bust out laughing.
Classic, man. It goes back to it goes back to Controllerize when you did the fatality and shit. And I'm like, how the fuck? You remember that shit? Like, because in Mortal Kombat, like, we gonna get into Mortal Kombat, obviously, but you got to remember the distance and shit. Like, it's real, like, precise.
It's
and I'm like, the fuck?
When we was playing it, I was doing all the fatalities on Eric. Eric, he wasn't even playing no more. He just put a controller down and just bust out laughing, man.
That shit was crazy, man.
He beat my ass too. I don't think I got a head of it.
Man.
But I'm also not a Mortal Kombat guy, so it's okay. I ain't feel bad.
Twisted Metal 2 is big classic.
Man, that is my favorite.
You just took me to a whole place as soon as you said it. I was like, oh,
yeah. That was my first one.
Messing around and just make some remakes. Do remakes of 1 and 2.
Man,
that'd be great.
That would be great.
But yeah, I got through Paris and all that. Yeah, that's all my games. But yeah, it was a good time, man.
All right, so I played didn't play Outriders this week. Played some 2K. I'm getting my guy up some more, Kevin and Granddad. I played a little bit of Control. I didn't stream this one though, but I started playing Control. I had downloaded that one. Of course I played Gears with Granddad. We almost finished. We're gonna finish with it.
Oh fuck, I missed it.
Yeah, we're almost done with 1.
Yeah, we're gonna finish it up tomorrow. We're gonna play it tomorrow, and we're gonna finish that one up, and then we're gonna go right into 2. But we played that joint. What else I played? I played something else. What else? I hate when. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's all I played this week. There's Control, Gears with Granddad, NBA 2K, and I feel like I played something else on the game. What did I play? Damn.
Was it Sims?
No. No damn Sims. Damn Sims, man.
Was it Patapon?
Nah, that's
not
a game.
Persona 5.
No, right. It was no damn. No, it was on Game Pass. I know I played something on Game.
Everybody, Ken has appeared.
A wild Ken has appeared.
A wild Ken has left.
All right, what you been playing, Granddad?
So yeah, Gears with you. Almost done with that. I'm actually enjoying it. Can't wait to play Gears 2. But yeah, we've been running through Gears 1 pretty fast, so we should be done with that, like you said, tomorrow. Also went back to play some more Ori and the Will of the Wisp. I'm about halfway through that game. Decided to just pick it up and play some more of that. I did finally finish Alien Isolation though on stream, so I finished that game. That game was I felt like that game was a little too long. I liked the game, but I just felt like it went on a little too long, and then the ending just kind of left me like not knowing how to feel. I was like, all right, but it was still a cool game overall. And then right from there, I hopped into Ratchet and Clank, the PS4 version that they just up-res to 60 FPS, and that's my first Ratchet. It's my first time playing a Ratchet and Clank game, so I really like it. I like
it's good.
It's like a Pixar movie, but you're playing it, so it's really dope. I'm digging, the whole vibe of it, so I'm gonna keep playing that. Played some Apex Legends. Didn't get any dubs this week, but got close on a couple of them. Played a little bit. I played MLB The Show today for Viewer Choice Tuesday. So I played The Show 21. Got a win on my first game. Did the home run derby. Also played the moments mode where you get to play as different legends and like do key moments like the called shot from Babe Ruth or Jackie Robinson's first hit, things like that. So you get to do those moments, relive those moments. So that's kind of a dope thing. And then of course, last but not least, I played some Mortal Kombat 11. Went through the Combat League again. Getting back to my old form, looking sharp out here, and just getting them dubs and doing what I do. And I want to leave it at that because that's what we're talking about, Mortal Kombat. So from Mortal Kombat 11 to the Mortal Kombat movie, which we're gonna talk about right now. So
real quick, I do remember the games. I streamed Injustice 2. I finished that off, and I played Zombie Army 4. That was on game. I was about to say it was on Game Pass. So y'all remember those 2 games. But yeah, we can get started on Mortal Kombat movie.
So who wants to break the ice first on this one?
Let's go in a circle first.
No pun intended.
Oh my god, fucking
right?
Mr. Freeze head ass.
Give it to me.
Okay, so let's go around seeing if we liked it. We're gonna do the frames per second method. I'm gonna start with B. Like it or not?
I was about to start with Granddad. Damn.
You start. You go.
He said, "Don't pass me the ball. I'm not ready."
It was alright. It was okay. I mean,
okay.
Tell me how you really feel, B. Come on.
I didn't know. I didn't love it. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it, or I didn't hate it either. Like it was just kind of like, okay, go around. I'm sorry.
He's gonna go the whole diatribe.
Right? We're not there yet.
We're not there yet. Yeah.
I am with it. I'm like this.
Okay. Kevin.
I liked it. I really don't have too many bad things to say about it. I liked it. So, you know what I'm saying? I think it was better than bad. So we'll say it was good, not great, but it was good. So I liked it.
Okay, Willie.
It was an adequate movie. I'll just say that.
Okay.
I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. But I'll explain what I did hate and what I did love. But it was adequate. I didn't walk away from it like mad. So
okay, Tyler.
Cracking me up with these like 5s and 6s y'all are basically giving this movie. I mean, I was entertained. I liked it at the beginning, and then by the ending, I was kind of like meh. But I was entertained. I wasn't bored.
Mm-hmm.
But there were parts of it that I thought were kind of corny. But at the beginning, I was like, okay, all right. For the first maybe 45 minutes, I liked it, and then after it, I was like. So that's where I'm at.
Gotcha. I guess I'll give mine. For the most part, I liked it. I kind of got what I expected. Knowing the things that we knew about the movie. I also feel like a lot of the cool stuff was in the trailer. But anyway, with that being said,
I don't watch those.
I'll go to Ja.
So I gotta be that guy, huh?
I mean, you already prefaced. You let us know it was a rotting corpse already. That had 2 fatalities on one body.
I gotta be sitting back ready to just end this movie's whole life, right?
Talk your shit, John. Talk your shit.
Everybody walked the line, and I gotta be that guy. That's fine.
You gotta make an impression.
That's an hour and 50 minutes that I would never get back. That's an hour and 50 minutes of my life that I would never ever get back. And I was mad. I was mad probably 15, 20 minutes into it.
Damn. Okay, wait, were you mad because it's not canon?
In the first 15 to 20 minutes.
Were you mad because it's not exactly canon because they took some liberties, or what were you mad about?
No, I'm cool with the liberties. I understand that when if you're going to take a game like this and you're going to adapt it to a screenplay, you're going to have to take some liberties, especially if you're going to try to make some kind of plot out of it. But that's really where my problem starts with it, is that I just don't like a movie like this. I don't need a plot. I just want to fight. Just be violent and fight. Don't try to tell me about your family and your daughter and your wife. I don't know any of them people's names.
Wait, so
I still don't know
430 thing? These similarities to BZ, where BZ's just I don't want to hear about your family. I just want to see blood and guts. I'm already seeing similarities. I'm wondering if it's an April 30th thing.
It's Mortal Kombat. I don't know. Am I supposed to go all the way into it?
Go all the way into it. You last, so you first now. Let's go.
So Now these are two totally different movies, so I'm not necessarily comparing the movies. But to my point about, I just want to see you fight. I don't know if anybody in here has ever seen The Raid Part 2.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
The Raid Part 2 is just the violence, just
the whole
fight.
movie.
Okay, yeah, the guy had a little subplot about he was like daddy's little boy and he wanted his dad to love him and all that, but it didn't take up any time with that. Really, it's just kicking ass, and that's really all I want. So a lot of this, and to me, the fighting wasn't even that great. Like I wasn't moved. There wasn't one fight scene in here that moved me to be like, yo. And then, then the cool part that they showed was, like you said, in the trailer, the Subzero Scorpion thing, which I get why they put that in the trailer now, because if you didn't show that, like, what were you selling?
That's real. That's real.
Facts. That's facts. That's facts.
I don't know what you were selling me in that movie that you would have showed me. And then my last thing I'll say is that I was really mad about Jack's arms.
It was weird.
Real mad. I was
They didn't make no
super
sense.
mad.
I didn't like that either.
They didn't make no
even-
sense.
Even
Why
when you
they do
gave
that?
him mechanical arms, it looked like he just got his arm out of a cast that was wrapped up
Yeah.
for like
Like
12 years.
Arms
Right.
like Pookie. That shit was crazy. How you gonna give him Pookie ass arms?
They
And
got them
then,
flea market ass arms.
and
Yeah.
then you made him have to learn. And then it was like, okay, everybody has to find their special power. And his special power was what? To learn to grow better arms? Like, I was
That
like,
made no
yo,
sense.
get out of
That
here.
made no
That
sense.
made no
I was
sense.
like,
that was weird. That
I was
made
like,
no
yo,
sense.
I was like, yo, get out of here, man.
Why they do that to the brother, man? Why they always gotta do that to the brothers?
Right.
I mean,
Wait, no, but speaking of what they did to the brothers, you saw old girl was like all talking about how they was all tight during the military. Then she jumped her ass on that plane. They didn't even take the plane on a detour to try to go figure out where Jax was. She was just like, yeah, I've been calling Jax, he not answering. And then just went off to the fucking Raiden's temple, didn't check on him, didn't call him again, didn't
Yeah,
say
he be
nothing else
alright.
about him until she saw him on the table. She was like,
Right.
Jax!
I'm like,
That's
word,
weird.
real.
She really did forget about that nigga. I ain't even
Right.
thinking about that till right now.
All right, so this was unlike Ja. I did like a few fight scenes. I thought the beginning fight scene with Scorpion and Sub-Zero was dope.
That was good.
I thought the reptile. I thought the reptile fight scene was pretty cool with Kano and Sonya and
Cool, yeah.
Cole, which Jesus Christ, he was. Cole reminded me. He took me down to a Resident Evil path, man. Like,
Mm-hmm. Yep.
it was like, why we have this Cole person?
Oh,
in this
the whole
movie?
Alice. You got Alice, right?
Like Alex in Resident Evil. So I was like, why? Yeah, and of course the Sub-Zero fight scene at the end, I thought that was dope. Cabal, it was dope seeing Cabal. I think that was dope. We saw a live action version of Cabal.
I'll give you that one.
He was a highlight.
That was dope. That was dope.
Yeah, I'll give you that
Cabal's
one.
lines were so fucking corny, and I was actually
Yeah, they
kind of
were.
mad about it. Like all of his, like the way that, first of all, I felt like the way that they made his voice sound and almost everything he was saying just was. I was kind of mad about
I
it.
loved it. I like it when it's just like, be stupid, bro. Like, stop taking this shit serious, bro. Fuck this. Like, not like fuck this shit, but like,
Right.
like I don't know how many. I think a lot of people see Kano as I saw it kind of like kind of divisive about Kano. Like most people love him, and I definitely loved his part. No, I know. But I'm just saying, like those, like Kano, especially Cabal to a lesser extent, they were the hearts of the movie to me because they had personality, and I can't say that about anybody else in this fucking movie.
Kano was at least funny a little bit.
Yeah,
he was. He brought humor to the movie.
Kano was giving me my life at the beginning. By the end, I was kind of like,
He was a lot.
At the beginning, he was cracking me up.
Yeah. He was definitely good when he first hit the scene. Another thing, as I'm watching this movie, I'm like, they took basically the whole subplot from Mortal Kombat Legacy, Scorpion's Revenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, this is basically a live version of that movie, and y'all know I love that movie. I fucks with Scorpion's Revenge, the animated Mortal Kombat movie. So I'm watching this, I'm like, damn, they're gonna take that whole like revenge plot, from Scorpion and Sub-Zero whole hookup, and I'm just like, Jesus Christ. And then this Cole guy was so pointless. I'm also mad how they did Goro dirty. Look, this is my thing. If you're gonna be Goro, if you're gonna lose to somebody, lose to one of the OG Mortal Kombat.
The boss,
Don't lose to some random dude named Cole that got his fucking iron suit and his fake ass Baraka fucking
Topless.
They're time. They go time.
Whatever. It shit looked like Baraka shit, whatever. So
Don't you disrespect Baraka? That's the big.
I was like, yo, this dude is so pointless and so stupid, and y'all gonna have this man kill Goro out of all people. Let Liu Kang or somebody kill him, not Goro. I feel like Liu Kang should have got more face time.
Liu Kang was probably the only character I feel like all the other actors did fine. For like his acting was a little stale for me. I don't know what it was. Like,
I'm talking about fighting wise. I feel like he should have got more fighting.
Okay, fighting. I agree. He should have fought someone.
Yeah, but yeah, that's why this movie was just so mid to me, man. Because it was just like, okay, the fight scenes, and you could definitely tell they put work into the special effects, but just the overall story. Kano, I did 6. What do you say? I did 6 tours. Like you talking to a motherfucker that can freeze your ass in a split second.
What tour you did?
Don't care nothing. Listen, thank you for your service. Nobody cares.
Right. Saying that, my guy. Like, yeah, it was. I mean, in the corniness, I expected corniness because I mean it's corniness, whatever. But yeah, that's why I was really mid on this movie. Like, I'm just like, yo, they took the whole plot from an animated movie. And like that's pretty much it. The Cole person just left a sour taste. And I know we was already kind of sketchy. We was like, I don't know about this. Who is this Cole person? Like, I would rather that guy. Why they just couldn't have a storyline around? Why that couldn't have been Johnny Cage? Like,
it could have easily been Johnny Cage.
Let that person be Johnny Cage. Like, let Cole should have been Johnny Cage. And then I probably would have been fine with the movie actually, because if you'd have had all the majority of the OGs, you had a reptile sighting. You know what I'm saying? I thought Melina. Okay,
Melina carrying.
Sorry, Tyler.
Melina was carrying.
Melina was definitely carrying.
Melina was carrying that thing. Boy.
I saw some camera angles. I was like, wait a minute. What? Okay.
You made you second guess which sister to pick, right?
Right. But yeah, I mean, other than that, like I said, cool special effects. There was some cool fighting scenes here and there, but the Cole person rubbed me the wrong way, and you pretty much stole literally a same plot from the animated movie with the same name. So, yeah.
So there's a few things about Cole.
From the beginning. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
My bad. Just to touch on Cole real quick. My big thing for him was like he's trash at fighting. Like he was trash in the beginning. It's just like you in a regular like MMA fight and you just like fucking lost that bitch out of nowhere. But now you fighting Goro?
I don't understand the point of why he had to suck. I don't get why he had to suck.
And he didn't go through any training. He didn't punch no wood shits. Like he didn't do nothing. He was just like, oh, okay.
I got metal. My whole body.
Right. Like it was like a sloppy origin story. Like I'm trash, and then I learned how to be good because the universe is in limbo. Like
they forgot the training montage. It was like they forgot. Yeah, you got to show them running up the mountain with the log or something, bro. Because it was just like
Miyagi or something.
Real quick, I forgot about this. Now, Kung Lao, his fatality, that shit was dope. When Kung Lao put
absolutely.
Yeah.
That
Home Depot. He took him to Home Depot.
Yes, took him to Home Depot.
That was the best one.
That shit was dope. Now that was a moment in the movie where I was like, okay, that was tight. Like
shit was dope as fuck. But then I was super mad that after he stood up, it was like flawless victory. I was like, stop it. Because here's the thing: at the beginning, when Kano ripped the reptile's heart out, it was like Kano wins. I was like, yes. But by I was like, give us that fan service. Yes, do it. But after like the first 2, I was like, okay, now this feels corny and forced. Then I felt like him standing up after that shit was dope. Like
it was dope
just in terms of the move, but when he stood up and said flawless victory, it just like ruined the whole moment for me.
But nobody felt a way about them saying it themselves. Like that's for other people to say.
That's what I was thinking
how
too.
Do you get to say that about yourself? Like let us tell you had a flawless victory. Like, don't just announce yourself.
Let us hear that MK voice saying flawless victory.
Random.
Yeah. And like
just a random nigga in the corner who just wins.
Hey,
that's the announcer over there. He's a character in the movie. He's the official announcer when the episode happens.
I would have been okay with it if it was funny and self-referential. Like you hear the voice and they look around like, who the fuck is saying that?
They played it straight.
Yeah, they played it straight. Like, oh yeah, yes, of course.
And also, like, even though we're familiar with the phrase "flawless victory," it's still like an awkward thing. Like on paper, it's just like nobody says that in real life. So it's just like you really got to sell that bitch to make it work. And it's just like, oh, I'm the serious. And that's another thing. Like Kano is kind of a jokey. Like he would say something like that, but like, you know, the monk Kung Lao who's super serious, whatever. flawless victory. I don't know. I didn't mind it because I do like them leaning into the cheese, but I definitely get what you're saying. Like it's awkward.
Yeah. So let me give my thoughts, because I've been listening to all y'all, and y'all all make very, very valid points, but there's some things that y'all didn't also touch on. But here's the thing. Like I said, I think the movie, like I said, is very adequate. I think I didn't go in with expectations kind of like, okay, I wanted the fight scenes to be good, which, like I said, the Scorpion and then the Subzero fight scenes were the best fight scenes. The first, the beginning, and the end.
Mm-hmm.
They gave that away, of course. The reptile scene was cool. It was cool. The fan service thing, I didn't, when Kano said the Kano wins thing, I thought that was corny from the jump. I was like, you shouldn't be saying that yourself. Like, they shouldn't say, like you said, you shouldn't be saying that stuff yourself. Now, here's the things that really upset me too. First of all, the underutilization of certain characters that we don't usually see a lot in the Mortal Kombat. Nitara and Reiko, useless. Period. They didn't even have lines. Why were they there?
Do people care about them? Or are you just saying replace them with better characters, or replace them with more recognizable characters?
If you look in the lore of Mortal Kombat, Reiko is actually a very strong in certain parts of the canon and the lore, especially in the comics and stuff like that. He's got a very, very strong presence. But I'm thinking if they bring them into the movies, give them some form of importance. It's just they were there to die. They were there to fill spots. So you could have gave those spots to somebody else who were more, known. So I think it was useless having Nitara and Reiko in there for no reason. They did Goro dirty. I don't mind the fact that they kind of held off on not having Johnny Cage yet because of the way that they had, built up to the whole Johnny Cage scenario. But Cole, I think, is not the right character to be the vehicle for what I'm assuming is going to be another movie or going into a series of movies, because, like you said, he came in as a loser. He didn't prove that he's learned him or proved himself to be a winner, and then he ends up destroying or killing one of the most feared characters in the whole lore of Mortal Kombat because he got his powers. And that whole getting powers because you have a dragon tattoo and then you kill somebody and now you get powers, like how Sonya just now gets her little armbands because she killed Kano. Like, I don't like that. I don't like the fact that, okay, you get your powers now because you just out of happenstance because of some way, shape, or form. Like, there's no real like connection to the characters in any of these characters in this movie that I felt. I didn't feel connected to any of the characters, even the ones that were like the ones that we're supposed to know, aside from Scorpion, because you kind of get his backstory, and if you know his story, they kind of told it very well with him and Subzero. Also, like Liu Kang, I feel like was underutilized, and Kung Lao, again, I felt like he had the ability to do more, but they, of course, got rid of him. And Shang Tsung was I think because I'm used to Kerry Tagawa, but Shang Tsung, I felt like wasn't Shang Tsung enough in this movie. He also.
So that was the snitch from Dark Knight.
Oh, really?
Mm.
I don't remember.
Yeah, that was Lau from Dark Knight. It was funny because I looked
really?
it up on IMDb because I was curious. I was like, he looks kind of familiar. And I also, like, usually after I watch a movie, I'll go online and see like what camera and lenses they use. Look at the director of photography and see what else they shot. Look at the actors, actresses, see what else they were in. And so yeah, the dude that played Shang Tsung was like Lau, the one who knew where the money was, where Joker was like, I know a squealer when I see one, and that one, that's that same actor.
Now, I will say though, I do like I don't know who I didn't remember who the actor was, but I do like who they casted as Raiden. I like the Raiden that they put in here. I really dug Raiden. He's a lot better than Annihilation Raiden, which is trash. So I hope we see more of him. Well, I'm pretty sure we will. And of course, the one thing, this is a person that irked me, the fact that they said that Sonya was in Gary, Indiana. She was not. That ain't nowhere. And ain't not near trailer in Gary. First of all, and how's she in Gary? How she lived her whole life? I know,
in Indiana or something.
She was in Evansville or somewhere. Like,
yeah, Freddie Gibbs objects.
No.
Freddie Gibbs objects.
Freddie Gibbs objects. I object. The whole city of Gary objects. Even Michael Jackson from the grave objects.
Stop putting yourself in the same conversations with Michael Jackson. You do this every time when they talking about Gary.
Yeah, we're talking about Mortal Kombat right now. Okay, first of all, I'm just saying he's from there, and he would also object this if he was alive. I'm just saying. But one thing about this movie, even after all those gripes, I do think, one, it's definitely better than Annihilation, but I do think that they did a good job giving us the blood gore aspect. Kano was great. He was my favorite character in here. I love what they did with Cabal too. I wish we would have got Mortal Cabal. I wish we could get like a little side thing with Cabal and Kano, because I feel like if we get like a Black Dragon like mini series, that would be dope with Cabal and Kano. I think that would be entertaining. And I just want to see. I'm willing to give the sequel that they're setting up a chance if they tweak the things that they did wrong in here and don't make it so corny. And now that we got this whole power thing, I don't know how do these tattoos, these dragon tattoos happen? Because Raiden at the end says, I have to go find new warriors. So is it just a gang of motherfuckers in the world with dragon tattoos that he just decides to cherry pick when he wants to? Like, how does this thing work? Because it just doesn't make any sense to me. And
Pretty much.
because everybody doesn't have a tattoo. Who's like Sonya didn't have one, but she was still in the thing. So like, does Johnny Cage have one and just never knew about it? Does whoever else they decide to bring in and
Striker.
Nah, please don't.
Blue Lives Matter.
Bruh, please. If they put Striker in this movie, I watch it. If they put Striker in this movie, if they say I'm Striker, I'm out. Period. Striker don't need nowhere near this movie at all.
I'd rather have Striker than Cole.
Bruh, give me. I'll take 2 Coles over 1 Striker. Trust me.
Okay, so here's my thing about the movie in general. I only went in expecting, good fight scenes, some gore, and that's the thing. There was some gore, but it wasn't a lot of. It was a few kind of tame fatalities with the CG blood and all that. It wasn't like. Not that I even go into movies for gore, but I feel like for most Mortal Kombat fans, for people who like gore, I feel like it was kind of tame as far as the gore goes. As far as the fight scenes go, they hired people who could do action. Like, these people could do their own stunts. I remember watching the scene where Cole runs over a truck and then he jumps over a fence and like somersaults and shit. And it was all like one shot, and then they close up on his face. So it's like, oh, that guy can do things, but they shoot it like they can't do things. They shoot it like regular Hollywood shit when it really should be, far back, longer shots or whatever. So like, if you watch the 95 movie, which I did just Sunday, the reptile fight scene with Liu Kang, that shit was better. The Johnny Cage Scorpion fight scene, that holds up better than damn near anything in this movie outside of like the Scorpion Subzero shit. Like, I don't know. I was really disappointed by the fight choreography in general, but yeah, special effects was cool though.
Bloodbath, did you get your piece yet?
Go next.
Yeah, go ahead.
So kind of like, so I want to piggyback off a couple points. Kind of like Eric said, I didn't come in with too many high expectations. I just wanted to see some fighting. I guess they had to have a story to explain the fighting, and I think the story was adequate. It kind of made sense. The only things story-wise I still don't understand is they never said when this motherfucking tournament is. So these niggas been pre-gaming for a whole movie. We don't know when the party started. So we don't know when
the party was supposed to start, but they decided to start the party before the party.
That's what I'm saying.
Like, that's what I don't get. It's like, why are they fighting before the tournament?
Because Shang Tsung wants to make sure these niggas don't win so bad. He said, "Fuck it, we gonna attack the niggas before the party even start. We gonna get them before they get us." And I was just like, "Okay, Shang Tsung, that's a little bold to you, especially because like tactically it makes sense. He already peeped the scene. He said, "Oh, these Earth niggas weak as fuck. We finna go stomp them out right quick so they can't even get in the tournament. They some weak niggas." It makes sense. It's just his plan backfired because of Cole and his cast of crazy characters. So that's all that happened.
Was that all with K's? Cole and his cast of crazy characters. Spell it with K's.
I love the alliteration.
What was I about to say, bro? I also fell asleep.
I'm still going.
Oh, my bad, bro. Go ahead.
Cole and his cast of crazy characters. They killed the whole team of trained assassins who've been doing this shit for a minute. I thought that was a little wild. I thought at least one of them niggas should have died, honestly. Besides, Kano don't count.
Kung Lao died. Kung Lao got his soul sucked.
Okay, that's true. He did. I forgot about that.
He was about to suck his soul. Why did come on? He's about to suck his soul.
You know what they meant.
Yeah. So, all right. So character-wise, Kano, he was cool for the first half of the movie. Then he was good as comedic relief, but then he was throwing too many punchlines where he didn't set his jokes up well enough after a while. Jax, he was fine. He didn't really do too much to really get me annoyed with him. Cole, he needed to get it together. Cole was bad at so many things in this movie, He was a bad fighter. In that first MMA fight, he could have won it. How the fuck do you have somebody in an armbar, but then you let them roll you over? That's damn near impossible. I'm gonna be honest with you. That's never gonna happen.
That's why he was trash. That's why they knew he was trash.
I don't know how the fuck he let that shit happen. So Cole started off bad with me, getting his ass beat for no fucking reason. So Cole, you need to get it together. You and your little tomfools, you shouldn't have killed Goro. I don't really understand your powers completely yet. Back to Jax for a second. Kind of like you said earlier, Hip Hop Obama. I don't know how the fuck his power is. I can just grow bigger metal arms. That made no sense to me. It didn't make a drop of sense.
Shit was whack.
Like he went to the gym or something. Like
mentally,
that dude grew out of nowhere, and he looked at him like, yeah, like he had looked at him like, what the fuck? Like,
so now, like,
there was no explanation.
How does he extend this power into other things? Can he enhance any technology? They need to explain this to me because I don't understand it. Kung Lao, he shouldn't have died. He was a cool character. It made no sense to kill him just yet. You could have killed off somebody else. Sonya, I really, really, really like Sonya. Nobody has mentioned her yet. I thought she was cool. She didn't bother me not one bit. I like her. I like her going forward.
She bothered me when she was faking like she was from Gary. That's when she bothered me.
Sir Dr. Umami.
As far as the movie goes, she was cool with me. I liked her reasoning. She was just like, yo, I just want to be down with the crew, but I ain't got that dragon tat. So then when she finally got that dragon tat, she's like, yeah, I'm hip now. But she didn't really bother me, to be honest with you. I liked her more than I like Cole. They could have kept her over Cole. Liu Kang, they didn't use him enough. He came in, his acting was a little dry. Didn't really give him. They tried to give me a backstory about the orphanage and him and Kung Lao partnered him. All right, that's cute. Raiden, I couldn't tell what Raiden's limits were. It was like sometimes he's strong, sometimes he's not. Some things he can't do. What can you not do, Raiden? Because he was like, oh, you're not gonna fight my people. I'm gonna make a barrier. Barrier breaks. Cool. Now you know you can teleport your niggas wherever they need to be, but why weren't you doing none of this shit earlier? Why did they have to travel to you when you can teleport these niggas at a moment's notice? Why is there so many things you can do, but some other things you can't do?
These are all valid questions.
Right. Because he said, oh, I can't get involved, but then he gets involved.
I'm involved in everything.
Right? I'm like, bro, you involved in everything. What you mean you can't get involved, fam? Like, either you in it or you ain't. What you want to do?
Honestly.
Other
than that, the fight scenes were out. I didn't expect them to be actual martial arts movie level because it's like they're not. I knew the people who do it for real. Just like Subzero and Scorpion, they do it for. I've seen them in other movies. They're great. Even the guy who plays Cole, he's good. I've seen him in other things. I know he's a professional. Like that's his thing. But I feel like he was fighting down to the level of this movie. They probably told him, "Look, we don't need all that. We need you at this level with everybody else. So they don't look bad." So. Other than that, I think the movie was cool. Honestly, I'd watch the sequel. I think that the point of killing Kano was so the next comic relief could be Johnny Cage, because 2 comic relief actors in one movie would have been too much. If they would have had Kano and Johnny Cage on the same screen, both having too many jokes, I wouldn't have thought I'd be able to finish the shit. So overall, I think it's cool. They set up the sequels. I'll watch them because this show I was going to have to watch them. But I didn't have too many bad things to say besides the stuff I just told y'all about.
It sounded like you had like a long list.
It didn't seem that long, so I started.
For all y'all have to give these mid-level scores, I haven't heard no one say like
good things.
I haven't given rousing responses to this movie. Like everybody's like, "Yo, I hate this. I hate this.
Yeah,
I hate this. This was alright. I hate this. I hate this." Like,
that's a good point, and I feel like it's worth saying what was liked about it. Before I get into that, I would like to.
I like that too.
Oh, true. I would like to state that I fell asleep in the second act. I had to wake up, rewind it about 30, 40, see what I missed.
That's very understandable.
But I liked it as far as, I don't know, the special effects were cool. It was just like, it reminded me of those times watching the old like 95 Mortal Kombat movie. The fucking when did that Street Fighter movie come out? Like around the same time, basically.
It don't matter. It don't matter. Don't talk about that.
And basically, but my point is,
that's irrelevant on all levels.
Like they wasn't really doing like special moves. Like Ken do a Shoryuken and he's spinning around on the floor. Like he ain't even come up off the ground. Like he ain't even jump a little bit. You know, you got Liu Kang and he ain't really throwing fire, but it's like a little bit of like red electricity type shit.
I'm
talking about the first. I'm talking about back in the day.
Oh, okay. What's up about that for? Nigga, that's the past.
Because I'm making a fucking point. So let me make it. So anyway, I appreciated that the special effects in this movie were like comparable to the actual games, and they were familiar. Like, oh, that's the Mortal Kombat that I recognize. And you know, they had like Easter eggs in the background and shit. So people who knew. Like, there was some special moves in the background. I remember seeing like Katana's fan, and it was just little shit like that for the fans that I appreciated. But I don't know. Overall, it was just like, it was a decent way to spend my afternoon at home. Had I gone out to the theater, I probably would have received it way worse than I am right now.
I feel that.
Yeah,
That's fair.
That's what it is too, because the fact that we almost likely watched it at home, we did. Like, it's like, okay, I didn't feel like I didn't waste time, effort, money going to the movies and seeing this and being upset. There were like some bright spots, but I just feel like there's still a lot of room for improvement, and I feel like that they just underutilize what they should have done more, and they overutilize what they should have done less. They need to reverse that for this next movie. So
they need to kill Cole the first 5 minutes of the sequel.
Bruh.
First
Kill
time.
him.
They ain't gonna do
Get
that. They ain't gonna do
Get
that.
rid
He
of
does
him.
not even show up to the second.
That man just
Put him in
got
open
powers.
credits.
He should
That
have
man
died on screen.
He just got his family back. We had to
He
watch
just
him
got
get his
his
family
Let
kidnapped.
him
Right.
die.
Kill them too. Kill them too. This is Mortal Kombat. Everybody
Let
died.
him.
He said dead the bloodline.
Now,
Bro, he just
now.
get rid of everybody. The whole
Fate-
Asashi, but he's in the
Fatality,
descendant.
all of them. Fatality, all of them.
Okay,
All
right.
of them.
Well, damn, y'all 430 motherfuckers.
Spinal cords dangling.
Thank you. I want to see nerve
Even the
damage.
child,
all that shit.
even the child, spinal cord dangling.
Yep,
Dangling.
Dang.
Wow, y'all heard it first. Y'all heard it first.
Like an
I
air
wanna-
freshener in the windshield. Like,
Let that shit shake. I want to hear those bones clickling. Click, click,
yeah,
click, 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 click.
yeah.
That's what I want to hear.
Let me see your sciatica.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's what I want.
Wow.
I do want to make this point real quick about Kano, though. Kano was funny, but I will say that I felt like at the dinner scene, they let him get away. I know what they were trying to do, but they let him get away with saying some real like racist shit that he was saying to the people at the dinner. Like, I was like, yo, bro, you doing all of this? You gonna endure all of this just to get him to have a laser eye? Like, yo, bro, just kill him and just y'all fight it out. Like, you really need this dude? Like,
yeah, man.
That's real.
Tyler, do you want to go?
Well, I'll just like jump in real quick and respond to that. I mean, I feel like because they sort of set it up like their ultimate goal or purpose was to get everybody ready for the tournament, you know what I mean? To like train people and help them find their arcana or whatever the fuck. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that was sort of because you saw they all did the whole like little smile thing that you all did.
aha, you
like
got
that.
it, huh? Yeah.
Right, yeah, like, oh, it worked, yeah, exactly.
You can't call me no nigga for no powers.
No, that's real. That's real.
You just can't. You can't call me no nigga for no powers. I don't care what's on the line.
Didn't he call Loud Kung Pao chicken or some shit?
Yeah,
Like,
right. I'm looking at the screen like, word? This is what you doing? All right.
But we all know low-key Kano are racist. I mean, come on now.
That's not surprising at all.
That ain't
He's from
surprising at all.
Australia, isn't he?
Yeah, like that man. You know that man is racist.
You know Australia loves some genocide now. Come on now.
Wow.
You know how they get down over there.
Wow.
You know how they get down over there.
I don't know. I gotta audibly say that because I don't know.
Man.
I honestly do
listening.
not know that much about Australia. Keep it 100 with you, so I can't confirm about that.
Well, there ain't no Aborigines in Australia no more, and that ain't because they moved somewhere else.
Everybody does that though.
Them folks took them
White
out.
people always do that when they go somewhere. That's not surprising.
Ah.
What I say, it wasn't like it was like native Australians doing that.
Yeah.
That was like the fucking British Empire.
The British
but let's
and
not-
Empire. Yeah. That's a whole other story.
Right, exactly. But yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I was entertained. There were parts of it that I thought were corny as fuck, and I mentioned some of them already. And I was kind of mad about it. There were like some more of those too, because like I said, when Kano first did the Kano wins and laugh, I was like, yes, like I was so into it. But by like the next one, I was like, y'all need to stop. Y'all fucking doing too much, and it's like taking me out of the moment as much as I am in it to whatever degree. But I think somebody mentioned this in the chat too. When he kept sweeping them and knocking them down, that shit was hilarious.
That was
because I have
perfect.
definitely done that to people a couple of times here and there back in the day.
That's one of my biggest gripes about Mortal Kombat because that shit used to work so well. I'm like, what the fuck?
You can foot sweep motherfucker like 10 straight times.
I wanted him to end it with like an uppercut. That's what I wanted him to end it with. And I was like, damn, he didn't do it. But I love the foot sweep.
Standing there taking the leg sweep like
That's
bro,
what happened in the game. No, I love that shit. I loved it.
That's true. Like, dog, come on, man. 3,
He tried. He tried to fake him out. Didn't work.
Right? That shit still works to this day. You can still foot sweep the hell out of somebody in Mortal Kombat if they don't know what they're doing.
Terrible. So. I also want to double back real quick to Subzero being dope as shit. Like horror movie villain type. Like he was a threat. He was a presence. And I'm glad that at least Cole had the help from Scorpion to beat Subzero, because if they let him beat him by himself,
oh yeah, hell no.
Uninstall HBO Max.
Is it me or was Sub-Zero more of a threat than damn Shang Tsung?
He was.
Shang Tsung was not threatening.
He was a Darth Vader.
That's what I said. Shang Tsung wasn't Shang Tsung enough. Like you felt like Shang Tsung was just like the dude. He felt like that manager who was just like, you know, he had the squad, but he really didn't do much. Like he was like, yeah, these my niggas, but I don't do nothing. Like honestly, so it like
he was like Paul Bear for the Undertaker.
Right. He was like Paul Bear. I'm like, bro, calm down.
I'm gonna suck your soul.
I don't know. It's like Sub-Zero. I think it would have been. I love like Sub-Zero in this. He's definitely fit the bill as that menacing character. He was a threat. Every time he showed up on screen, you knew some shit was about to go down, and somebody was definitely gonna get fucked up. I mean, like, but now you got to think. Okay, we got Sub-Zero has been killed, so they got to find an equally more menacing villain, or even more than that for the next one.
Your quotes.
Right.
Because I mean, you know, obviously we know like canon and how people come back and like all that shit. But I mean, he even said death is another portal and like rap.
So this is the Behind. Okay, so this is behind Sub-Zero. So he would come back as Noob Saibot, and then we would get the new Sub-Zero who ends up being, if it's his canon, who ends up being good.
Right.
But I'm talking about like, so we get the behind Sub-Zero who was obviously evil, goes to become Noob Saibot. I don't think we might get a Noob Saibot, but we need a new main villain. If they give us Shao Kahn in the next one, he got to be terrifying, Shao Kahn. He can't be no corny ass, oh, let me do my little one-liners and this and that. He got to be terrifyingly horrible.
Like, they could do that with they can't do that with Shao Kahn, but he might be like more of a passive character. They can definitely do it with somebody like Baraka, have him like a slasher. They definitely got options.
They're not gonna give Baraka that kind of love. Baraka is not gonna get that kind of love.
What about didn't even get that kind of love.
But he's scary looking. He's scary looking with big blades. Like he functions.
So was Reptile. So was Melina. Melina's gone.
What about Shinnok? I think Shinnok could be a dope.
It's too soon for Shinnok.
He's too obscure. Like,
this is the movie. They brought in this cold character. They can do. They're not
gonna give us Shinnok before Shao Kahn.
Yeah, Knuckles and Sonic 2.
Man, listen, the way they did this, I won't be surprised they make Motaro.
They gonna give us Kentaro.
That's some money right there. That's some money.
Now, what they need to do is they need to give us Shiva to come back and avenge Goro and give us Shiva. We need to get Shiva. And I'll accept Sindel coming in. If she is like, because Sindel needs redemption after Annihilation. We need a dope ass Sindel, a live action Sindel. So we need a Sindel. We're gonna get Katana most likely. I feel like we'll get Katana, Sindel, and if it's new Sindel who's evil alongside Shao Kahn, I feel like if we do that power, I don't know, because they're gonna do the tournament. So Shang Tsung's still gonna be there. Maybe we get Quan Chi, but Quan Chi really ain't never done much of nothing really other than, you know.
He can be evil though. I mean, if you bring Quan Chi, you might as well bring in Shinnok.
I don't know. Go ahead.
We can get Quan Chi, and then if we get a deadly alliance with Shang Tsung and Quan Chi as like the main people like running the tournament, and then that leads into Shinnok and Shao Kahn, I'm cool with that. But I don't know. I just feel like Sub-Zero set the bar very high for that threat level in this movie. So, for us to go to the next movie, it's got to be somebody at that level or even more insane. So
I would like to see Sector or Cyrax as a
that'd be dope
threat, as a threatening type of presence in the next.
That's possible. That's possible. Mm-hmm. You know, the Cyberlink. Well, that's the Cyberlink Quay initiative. So who I forget who ran that, who came up with that idea to do that, but I think that would be dope to see too. So I mean, yeah, it's a lot they can work with this next movie. And of course Johnny Cage. I think Johnny Cage might take over the reins. So I do feel like Cole's gonna die. I do feel like Cole's gonna die in the second movie.
First 5 minutes.
I don't.
I don't think it's gonna be the first 5 minutes.
To carry him through this whole franchise, and I'm gonna be.
I don't think Cole's gonna die. I think y'all are reaching.
If Cole dies, I wouldn't. I don't want to see him in all 2 or 3 movies, because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get. Because what I'm hearing is there's gonna be, this is the pre-tournament, that we're gonna get a tournament movie, and then if that does well, we'll get a post-tournament movie, which is most likely the invasion from Outworld or whatever it is, the real invasion and shit. So if they do it that way, I don't want to see Cole in all 3 movies, because I don't think he doesn't have enough legs. He's got to have a lot of character development in the second movie for me to care.
Like, he's all like, I'm not working for you anymore. I'm going to Hollywood. And then the guy's like, what's in Hollywood? And he's like, not what, who, wink. And like, I mean, first of all, that shit was whack as fuck. But I mean, I feel like the way that they're setting it up, that Cole is absolutely, I don't think they're killing Cole. I think that they're going to make him sort of the, like.
He's the recruiter.
Like the Alice. They're going to make him the Alice of Mortal Kombat. How she was in Resident Evil.
I'm gonna tell you, man, this is a Sonic situation. It's early enough for them to do rewrites if necessary. If they get enough negative feedback about Cole, which I feel like has probably already happened, they could kill him off, or they could just rewrite him. Because it's not like him existing. It was my issue initially, but I'm like, oh, they could do something with it. My issue is that they didn't do nothing with it. Right. So they might make him because he didn't have no charisma. But again, that's Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage has charisma. So they might kill him. They might ship him off, or they might. I don't know, bro.
But here's the thing: they put a lot on him because they pretty much said he's the last descendant of Scorpion's bloodline. He got his little girl. He got a daughter now. Right? But come on, bro. They are not gonna kill off him and then pass the ball to his daughter like that soon, because basically the way that they're framing the time frame, bro, they're gonna put a child in that position. Like she said, like, it would years. Okay,
hyperbolic Mortal Kombat straight,
bro. So basically, you're gonna go from one character we don't care about to another whole new character.
They could name her something else. They could name her a character you actually care about.
No,
it's an adaptation. They can do whatever they want.
There's no bloodline. There's nobody in the lore that they can name that connects to that.
Cole ain't in the lore. They can make something up. It's an adaptation.
You just said name it somebody who we care about. Who we're gonna name from Cole that we can care about? Like, there's nobody, so they will have to make another new character. Is what I'm saying. It wouldn't make any sense. It would just be doing the same thing. So just kill off Cole, and like you said, I guess kill off the whole family. Kill the family first, make Cole mad, then give Cole a reason to try to fight, and then he ends up dying, and then boom. Get him off the job.
Oh, another thing that reminds me of why he's a loser. Cole lost all his fights, but then at the end they said, "Oh, but you got to be our leader, Cole. Come up with that strategy, bitch. You ain't never been no strategist, Cole.
Right.
Exactly.
Strategist, because you let a nigga get out of an arm bar and then you gave him your back in an MMA fight. That's everything about Cole makes no sense. But I don't think they're gonna kill him. That's all I gotta say.
If they develop his character enough for us to care, then I won't mind. But they have to do a lot of work in the second movie with Cole, like a lot of work, because they didn't do damn near enough in this first movie for me to care.
Reminded me how they was in the middle of that fight and Cole really went over there and started hitting the ice again. Like, bruh, it is a whole ass fucking
right. I'm like, bro, if you don't leave her alone. Now, here's the thing. Did you realize that they did the final fight in a cage, like an octagon cage?
Octagon, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, okay, they trying to be cute now. Like really, like, now he's gonna win he's gonna win a fight in the cage. And he really didn't even win the fight. He kind of just left because he wasn't doing much of nothing, and it was mostly a Subzero Scorpion scenario. So if it wasn't for Scorpion, he wouldn't have won. He would still lost in the cage.
Hell no, he would have died.
He would have died in that moment.
They would have showed up after the fight just like they did, and they probably got killed too. Because for some reason, Raiden could pop up as soon as the fight ended, though. As soon as niggas stop fighting, all of a sudden Raiden roll up with the whole gang. Where y'all been at this whole time? Shit like that to make them
fighting together. I kind of wanted Cole to get out of the way. Like, if he was going to go hit the ice, like, go over there and hit the ice and stay out of grown folks' business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really just wanted to see, because that, like, the Scorpion Sub-Zero shit, like, it was, I thought it was pretty well done. When he said get over here, when he popped up, it was like get over here. That was another yes moment for me. Mm-hmm. I got into it. All the other ones made me mad, huh?
I was confused when he learned English and when he was in hell.
That's all he knew. That's all he knew is get over here.
I'm sure there's a whole lot of English speakers in hell. We were talking about the British Empire. I'm sure the British Empire was out there teaching motherfuckers.
He was speaking to Cole in Japanese. Cole don't know what the fuck he was saying.
At all.
He don't know one word you talking about right now. He's like, take care of my bloodline. I'm like, bro, he don't know what you just said.
There's a million things in this movie that make absolutely zero sense.
Another thing I like that I forgot to mention is that they played renditions of the old theme song a few times through the movie.
Yeah,
renditions, because the original, it doesn't really fit. It doesn't fit the tone, and but they did like orchestral versions of it, and I thought that was dope.
It's true.
Has there been any report on how this movie performed?
I think they said it brought in like 29 million in the weekend. They said it did really well for the box office. So it did well in the box office. It's justified itself to have a sequel. It's gonna. That's what I'm gonna say.
So there's definitely gonna be a sequel.
Oh,
yeah, it's
absolutely.
justified. It's definitely justified itself to have a sequel from a financial standpoint. So it's gonna have a sequel. And honestly, I want the sequel to happen because I want them to. The core of this movie feels like it has the potential to be good. They just need to tweak some things. So if they take the feedback that they get from listening to what people say about it, I think that the next movie could be an improvement if they just tweak some things. But if they go the same route they're going, it's going to be a failed. Well, from a quality standpoint and a plot hole and a whole sense making standpoint, it's going to be a failed 2-movie or trilogy or whatever they want to do with it. But if they tweak the things that need to be tweaked and then make these characters that need to be more important, and I think it'll be all right. So
I mean, listen, up is the only way they can go from where they at right now. So
wow,
I feel like the second one is almost set in the perfect position to be good. Think about it. Mm-hmm. The whole movie is an anime tournament arc. How do you mess up a tournament arc? All we have to do is have fights. That's all they really have to do is set up fights. And then like, all right, so who's going to make it? Who's going to get eliminated? Who's not type thing. That's what's going to be interesting is how they set up who's fighting who. We don't even have a reason because it's a tournament. They're supposed to be fighting anyway. Just have a good, solid tournament. So probably going to be has to be more fights than they gave us this movie, right? So
gotta be.
It's going to be hard to mess this one up.
But they're gonna try to pepper in the whole. They probably gonna try to pepper in the whole Liu Kang Katana love story. You're probably gonna try to.
I don't think they're gonna do that.
You don't think so?
Maybe it's like a subplot.
No, I mean, but they're gonna pepper it in there. They're gonna pepper these little things here and there, and they're not gonna just like straight throwing hands for 2 hours. They ain't gonna do that.
No,
you know that.
No, absolutely not. What are you gonna say, Tyler?
Hollywood like formula in some ways. I mean, just going back to that whole the way that Cole got his powers is because he was trying to protect his family shit. Like that's just a convention that I think is overused. In fact, I'll say trope instead of convention because I feel like it's kind of overused. Yeah. That whole element of bringing in people's family or this focus on family. And I'm not saying fuck family in life, of course, but I feel like sometimes it's like a cheap thing that Hollywood does to try to make you more invested or attached to a character, and it usually doesn't work. Yeah, it's trite. Exactly, I agree.
Yep. So I feel like we should all go around and we should say like 2 or 3 things. If they fixed it by next movie, they think it'll be good. I can go first if you want.
Sure.
I feel like if we get a good grasp on where the powers come from by next movie, because how the hell like one of y'all said, how the hell is Raiden gonna get new fighters? I thought these was it. So if they could completely explain the rules of the tournament and also set a date for the tournament in this next movie, I'll be cool with that. I feel like one more thing they probably need to fix is who's going to be the main character, because I feel like nobody here wants it to be Cole, but I feel like they might be able to fix it by, again, it being a tournament movie. They could shift it. Like there's enough people in it to where they might not really have to worry about that as much. But those are 2 things I'll change. I just need a clear set of rules on how this shit is working. The story shit is Mortal Kombat. We don't care about the story. As long as niggas is fighting, I think I'll be okay with that. I just need a clear understanding of the rules. Okay. And I need a main character shift. And I think the next one will honestly be good.
I'll go next. I think that the fight choreography and kind of goes into the same vein, but it's how these fights are shot. Needs to be improved. It needs to be more visible. The other thing is they need to make me care, not in fleshing out the story, because I also do not give a fuck. I didn't come in here for deep character study and all this shit. Yeah. I just want to be able to like the characters, and that is something I'm able to say about the 95 movie. I do like the characters. That movie, while lacking in things, it has heart. And you do like the people. And I didn't give a fuck about none of these people. So make me like the characters, shoot the fight scenes better, and show us actual combat in our Mortal Kombat movie.
Yeah, I'm gonna say pretty much the same thing. Make the characters important. And that goes into making us care about the characters. So make these characters the ones that you are going to carry over, as well as the ones that you introduce in the next movie. make them feel important, and when they show up on screen, give them presence and not just they're there because they're there. I also feel like that they need to do a better job explaining and filling these little plot holes better so things make sense. Make the movie make more sense, and just make the tournament make the movie about the tournament. Don't muddy it up with a whole bunch of side stuff and here and there. If this is going to be about the tournament, make the focus of this the tournament and what are the stakes of the tournament, and make it feel like the world. Like, honestly, our existence is dependent on this tournament, and make these fights feel like they're really fighting to save Earthrealm. I want this tournament to feel like this is really like some Tournament of Power shit on Dragon Ball Super. Like, this shit is like important, like straight up. So that's what I want it to feel like.
I think for me, I just needed to feel more brutal. Like, I needed to be more grounded in brutality. Like, I need the second one to feel like Fight Club, but Mortal Kombat. Like, I needed to be grittier and more real. I need to be able to, when somebody gets their ribs broken, I need to be able to feel that. When somebody gets their wrist snapped or arm broke, I need to be able to feel it. Like, I felt John Walker's arm getting broke in Captain and Winter Soldier more than I felt any individual punch, kick, hit in this whole entire movie. And this is Mortal Kombat. Like, so just really ground it, make it a little bit grittier, bring it down. I know it's going to be certain special effects and things like that, but I need them to really bring it a little bit more to earth, and while keeping the fantastical elements, but just really, ground it a little bit more for me.
I think that's a good point, especially since you referenced the Raid and the Raid 2. It's like you feel them hits. It's a lot of moments where you're like, ooh, like I didn't recoil at anything.
I didn't recoil when any particular thing happened, and I kind of need that to be part of the experience.
They're gonna have to get all the new characters. They're gonna have to add into be really elite martial artists, or it's like movie martial artists, to really make it like that. Because half the people in this movie is regular old actors. I didn't expect them to be at that really high standard. That's why I only expected a couple people to be really good, and they were. It's just Cole was lacking. That's when Cole was the only one that wasn't up to the standard I expected. So for it to be on that level with y'all were talking about, which I would like as well, they'd have to hire real deal professionals.
I think Cole can fight. That's my issue.
But this deserves that. Like, this
the
is
actor.
Combat. Like, this is like an iconic property. So to me, it's like this should only be done that way. Like, there shouldn't really be a lot of like. No, that's very true, and I don't know what the budget for this was. I mean, if they made $29 million and that's a win, then I mean the budget wasn't that much. If, what they expecting a 75% return to get $19 million of it, to make $1 million out of it to make it worth it. That means they spent what, $3 million on this. $4 million on this, maybe.
I don't know, but that was just the first weekend because it's obviously gonna make more money. But also looking at it, it being in a pandemic and the theaters. I felt like if the theaters were fully open and everything was normal, it would have brought in a lot more money than it did. So they're just saying based on the situation, it's made. I mean, it grossed a lot of money, and it's gonna keep, of course, bringing in money. But
$55 million budget, by the way.
Okay, so over more than half.
$55 million.
Yeah.
Who else want to go? Tyler and B? Y'all ain't said what y'all would want to
say that, I mean, for the most part, and it's funny because John was saying earlier how we all kind of gave it 5s and 6s, but everybody was just talking about it. Then this, and then this shit was whack. But I mean, I've talked probably a little bit more about stuff that I didn't like versus stuff that I did like, but I didn't hate it. Like, and I would say that the stuff that if they were going to change it to make it better for me, the stuff that I'm talking about is probably like a little bit more like comprehensive than just like individual, like, because for me, the thing that made it go from me enjoying it to me being like, man, was that I felt like some parts of it were corny in terms of the script and what they decided to do with the characters. And so, like I said, that's kind of, I said comprehensive, but another way to look at it is that it's kind of vague or not really tangible, you know what I'm saying? But I would just want them to fix some of the shit they were doing with the script. That would be the main thing for me.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with John. Make this. I want more guts in your face. I want. This is, like I've said before, and this has been my gripe about the OG Mortal Kombat. Like, this game is made off of guts and gore and everything. I want to feel the same way watching this movie. Get rid of Cole. That's just me. I get rid of him. Have him die within the opening credits.
Credits.
He said credits.
Credits.
Have him,
This man,
have him
no
die
one's
before
gonna
the credits.
Directed by so-and-so.
Y'all not.
No, you're dead. Like
No one is gonna miss Cole. Y'all
No
not gonna
one
be
is
like,
gonna
oh my
miss
God,
of
Cole.
the
No
title.
man
one's
said
gonna
the
get-
opening credits.
Yes, get rid of Cole, man. And I would like to
That's
see
by font.
I would like to see some more OG Mortal Kombat characters. I hope they at least flush those some more of those out. And I want this shit to be like fucking hardcore, man. Like this is fucking Mortal Kombat. This shit changed the game when it came out. Like so, I want that to be the same way with this movie. You got the technology to do it now. Yeah, this was what rated R. You got some blood, a little bit of whatever, but no, it shouldn't need to be more. I need to feel that shit, like what Eric and Josh said. I need to feel these shits when this shit happens, go down. Like,
But you know the crazy.
go
I
ahead.
was gonna just say the crazy part is that it still feels like it was rated R just for the language, not for the violence.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Chainsaw cut a nigga. I'm not Chainsaw. Kung Lao cut a nigga in half.
That was the only scene that was like
It was like,
super
yeah.
over the top.
And then
The rest
Jax
of the
did the
stuff
whole
was-
hand clap
Clap
thing.
is- yeah.
And then
Ripped off.
and got his arms ripped off. It was some very
definitely rated R violence.
but it just wasn't enough. I will say it wasn't enough. I will say it wasn't, but here's the thing. Like with that, I feel like they were baby still for Mortal Kombat, like because they got the green light to okay, we're gonna go rated R and we're gonna give you the blood and the guts and the violence. But I still think they kind of were like easing into it, kind of. They say we're not gonna like go all in because they don't. I guess they wanted to see how people would take it. And I feel like it was still underutilized with the whole gore. I think they could have definitely went more crazy with it. So maybe in this second movie, now that they know, okay, they think we didn't do enough. Let's kick it up a notch. And in this tournament, niggas about to die. They about to really die because you think about all the characters that we haven't got yet. Like if we get Baraka kills you like a savage. So I want to see a Tarkatan kill something like a Tarkatan would. If we get Shao Kahn, I want to see Shao Kahn, like with that hammer. I want to see him smash somebody's head like crazy. Like, you want to see the level of brutality that you know to expect from certain characters. So I feel like they kind of said, okay, we'll see how this first run goes with it. We're gonna give you some gore, but we're not gonna we're still gonna kind of like be because maybe people are gonna say it's too much or maybe it's not enough. So I feel like everybody's thinking,
people.
Yeah, So I
fuck them people. I don't care.
But now here's the thing. I think we all collectively feel like they could have still went crazier with this, and I think now they have the opportunity with this second movie because the tournament is going to bring in, I guess, the most elite or the best of the best fighters from these realms now, or the more crazier fighters from these realms. So I think we'll have that ability now. So if they don't go in the second movie with next level gore and next level like violence because of the stakes of this tournament and what's at stake, then
it needs to open with a beheading. It needs to open like the very first thing you see needs to be something crazy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I really think that y'all are thinking of it in terms of like video game violence versus movie violence because like think about how many like R-rated movies you see that are gonna have like somebody's heart getting ripped out, Goro's intestine spilled out. We got like the cutting in half with Kung Lao's hat. I feel like for movie violence versus like because obviously MK as a franchise is known for like the super extra violence, that's like a line from fucking Clockwork Orange. Anyways, but like but so when you think about it in terms of movie violence versus game violence, do you still feel like it wasn't that violent in terms of movie violence?
I think
John Wick seemed more violent than me.
Yeah, I can't agree.
Did you see anybody's intestines in John Wick?
No, not intestines, but like it was just more raw. Like violence isn't just about
what Josh's saying is he wants to feel the violence.
I want to feel it. If I don't feel it, I don't care what I see.
Feel the violence. He saw it. He said, there's guts, there's blood, but he didn't feel it. So he wants to be able. He needs that connection to like, okay, that motherfucker really got his head cut off.
My arm hurts. Like I see his arm, and my arm hurts now.
I see what he's saying. So he just wants it to hit harder. He wants the impact to resonate more with these scenes.
That sounds more like a sound design editing thing than a
visceral.
With Fight Club, they specifically the reason why you feel the hits in Fight Club is because they did the Foley completely different than like most other movies you see with fight scenes. It was like completely different.
Yeah. So they just need to work on that from an editing and sound design standpoint. So like when they're doing posts, they need to just make sure that those things really like, and maybe they need to chime in with the people who actually make the video game to help that happen. Maybe that's something they can incorporate or bring in that team to be able to do. Because when you play the games and when you see it, you hear it, and especially in Mortal Kombat 11, they did a good job with the sound design of hearing the gore and the brutality. So maybe that's what they need to do for this next movie. I don't know, but I see what you're saying. But I think from a movie standpoint, the violence is up there because you don't see in everyday movies, especially rated R movies, the guts and the splitting in half with the Kung Lao thing and the beheadings. You don't see stuff like that. But so I kind of see both points. I just want to see it up, the ante up a little bit more. I want to see these characters really being themselves and not kind of being tamed down. So that's what I'm worried about with the next movies when they bring in characters like, because I don't think Melina was savage enough. Melina should have been savage.
Yeah.
She was scary. Like
she was scary looking.
It was scary looking, but she didn't do anything scary.
Yeah, I didn't see her. She should have ate somebody. She should have bit somebody's neck off. She should have been feasting on stuff. She didn't do none of that.
She should have ate Cole.
Wow.
Thank you. Hell yeah.
I think the way they did her teleporting, for what it's worth, I was happy to see her like teleport a bunch of her.
That's
like,
true.
Yeah.
But yeah, like her Sonya coming in and killing her irritated me.
Yeah,
like
I
really
didn't like that.
It's kind of like what I was saying earlier about how like at the beginning of the movie I was like, okay, all right, come through. And then I would really say one of the turning points for me was the conversation we were talking about at the table earlier when Kano got his powers, but not even because, I mean, racism, obviously I don't fuck with that shit, but I just felt like the moment when he got his laser and was like, yeah, did you see it? I felt like everything after that was downhill. Like that's when the shit just got like really corny. And then, so that was really kind of, like I said, like the turning point for me. But I was like specifically mad about some of the things that happened with Melina because I feel like Melina deserved better.
Definitely.
I agree.
Definitely.
Best video game movie?
Sonic.
Still
Yeah,
Sonic.
I think Sonic still edge it out for me.
Sonic's good, bro.
Let me ask y'all this real quick before we wrap it up. Y'all, where would y'all rank the MK movies now? Now that this new one came out, what would you rank them?
The first one, then this one, and then Annihilation is annihilated completely, so I don't even think about that movie. But if I had to put it in there, so this one, no, the first one, then this one, and then Annihilation. Well, live action. We're talking only live action.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just live action.
Yeah.
Okay.
I feel like nostalgia is going to carry everybody into saying the still best.
Okay, so I will say the first one for me is still the best one, and I'm saying this because it, again, like it has heart, it has better fight choreography, it has better shots and cinematography as far as the actual fighting goes. And it's also just campy fun, and I never got bored with it. And I'm going to go a little nuts, and I'm going to say Annihilation is my second one because...
Shut up. Nah.
Points being made. Points being made. Let me make them. Again, it's fun. It's dumb as hell. I can laugh at it. It's a great party movie. Like it's an amazing party movie. Watch it with the homies. I've already done it. It's experience. But anyway, in Mortal Kombat 2021 is the last one. But again, that doesn't mean that I hate the movie. It just didn't do a whole lot for me. But it did, it did something, but just not a lot at all.
Well, I rank this one over them first two bullshit. Me personally, y'all know I hate those first two MK movies a lot. So yeah, this is definitely the new one to be ranked one. The 95? I mean, you can switch either or for me. And the 95 one or the Annihilation one could be. It don't matter. They both of them was terrible. So maybe the first one, the 95 one, to be second, then Annihilation to be third, because the Jackson the third one. I mean, Annihilation was fucking god awful.
Like nostalgia is definitely a thing, and I haven't seen the first Mortal Kombat recently enough to be able to like put it in my look at it as an adult and see if it changed how I feel about it, And then I never saw Annihilation because I heard it sucked. So
Oh,
I
you gotta
just
watch it. You gotta watch
No,
it.
please don't watch
You
that.
gotta watch it.
Please do not watch that.
Yo, we need to do a watch party. We need to do a watch party, bro.
No, we do
like
not.
Josh said,
No,
you're
we
not.
not.
That's the time you're not gonna get back. You don't.
That is
You
the
gotta
worst
watch
time.
it.
You only
You
get
gotta
one
watch it.
That is
You only
the
get
It's
one
all
life.
about expectations.
You only get
BZ
one
went
life,
into
bro.
a child's
Bro.
movie expecting blood and
Tyler,
violence, bro.
Tyler,
Like,
please
you know, this
utilize
is
your
this is a
time in
movie for
life more
kids.
useful.
You need to
That
watch
is
this
not-
movie. Watch this movie.
No, nobody needs to watch.
Watch
this
it
movie.
with friends in drinks, friends, snacks.
the pandemic outside.
Discord. That's how I watched it with friends. Do it.
It's horrible.
Do it.
Horrible.
Don't do it.
Do
Don't
it.
do it. No.
You know what to
Here's-
expect. You know it's not a good movie.
Tyler, do
Here's
not
my
do
question, real quick: Is
Yeah.
Mortal Kombat inherently? Do you feel like a Mortal Kombat movie is inherently supposed to be campy? Like,
Yeah.
can it be more real, or is the campiness part of the joy of it?
I would watch it if it was real, but I don't think the Hollywood's gonna make that. So no.
I feel like it's kind of ridiculous, and it always has been. You always had the friendships and the animalities. It's like a goofy property, and it's got like serious, like the lore heavy shit, whatever. But at the end of the day, the concept is stupid. Like, you already knocked somebody out, and you do a fatality in like Mortal Kombat 11. Like, they killed the motherfucker like 4 times. It's like, he already dead. Like, shit is it's stupid. And
Right.
I think that that's kind of in his DNA, and you need to keep that campiness.
Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's real.
Can we get a toasty guy in the second one?
I want to.
You know what? I was hoping that they said Toasty when Scorpion did it. I
thought about that.
Yo,
too.
who said it?
Huh? No, nobody.
Nobody said it.
Nobody said.
Yeah.
I was hoping though. I was like, when I saw it happen, I was like, please say Toasty. Please say Toasty.
Yeah, no, I was
Nobody
thinking.
said it.
I was thinking the same thing. That they kind of let me down here because I was getting my hopes up. Like, oh, here we go.
Yeah, if the owner of the gym, it just popped in like.
Yeah, some
Right?
Toasty.
Right, just give me a toasty. That's all.
Did we even hear finish him, y'all? Because I feel like I didn't hear finish him.
They said everything else.
Yeah,
The point when somebody
no
said
one-
finish them.
Hit
Yeah, I
different.
want to say I forget what scene it was. I thought one person said it, or some variation of it. But
Damn, that's the main one.
yeah, that's the one you got to hit.
Yeah, I
Like,
think Shang Tsung said it, but I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't care what he did.
I think it was when they was fighting in that when they came back in after the barrier had been fucked up and
Okay.
they were jumping the pin. He was like finish them, I think,
yeah.
before the soul sucking part.
Oh man, so Eric, you want to go to commercial? We come back and do one gotta go in questions.
All right, sure thing. If there's anybody who wants to hop on and ask us about the Mortal Kombat movie, about anything we've said, because the chat is real extra tonight, jump in the pod question queue, and we'll address you if you're lucky. We will see you in 60 seconds for One Gotta Go.
All right, so this week's One Gotta Go. Again, I got it from One Gotta Go game at onegottago.com. They do not sponsor anything. I just felt like it's important to mention them every week since that's where I got this from and they're Black owned. So, all right, these ones are gonna be. I got 2 of them in case one goes too quickly or goes over well. I might have to go to the second. But this one, all right, this one's gonna be pretty black. One Gotta Go. Girlfriends. Oh, TV shows. I'm sorry. I should let you know these are all shows, black shows.
Okay.
Girlfriends, Living Single, Moesha, The Parkers.
I feel like we did one like hella similar to this.
Okay, and it wasn't this. As I said,
It was hella similar.
Girlfriends,
Oh, maybe it was Dad's. Maybe it was Dad's.
Moesha. Yeah, because I do characters. I never did whole
Oh,
shows
okay.
like this. Because I remember all the ones I make. It wasn't this specific one. Girlfriends, Living Single, Moesha, The Parkers. One Gotta Go.
The Parkers.
Parkers.
That's cat.
The Parkers.
Get the hell out of
I
here.
never
Parkers.
watched the
It's not-
Parkers
it's
like
the-
that.
Get the hell
Moesha
out of
could
here,
go.
the Parkers.
Moesha could go. The Parkers got to stay. That's cat.
Moesha's going for me too because I didn't really watch it, but I watched the other shows quite a bit.
Yeah.
And her
I'm
dad's
getting
haircut
right
was
down here
terrible.
Right now,
We went over this. Her dad's haircut was awful. So,
Yeah.
Brandon
Moesha.
gonna come in here like, "Hey, yo, are we live?"
he gonna do that. Flip the glasses.
He gonna tell y'all I'm tired of being humble with niggas. I got an indoor pool and an outdoor pool.
Dead and Gaming ain't getting that Raycon sponsorship, man.
Right,
We
I'm
fucked
saying
that up.
we ain't gonna get no Raycon.
All right. He's gonna send the booty
That's what we
goons.
do.
He gonna send the booty
He
goons.
gonna send the booty goons. And y'all talking all that shit now.
Not the booty goons.
All right.
All right. I have another one since I had to fill in one of them quick. One gotta go. These one are all things that, like, if you could get them, which one would be? All right, so one gotta go. Free housing, free transportation, free food, or free healthcare. Free housing, free transportation, free food, or free healthcare. So I'm assuming that in this scenario, you start out with all of these amazing things for free, but you got to get one. You got to start paying for one of them. So
free transportation.
Transportation.
I pay a little gas or a little bus ticket or whatever. I'm tripping on that.
That's a good way to think about it.
Yeah. It's multiple ways you can get around.
Free transportation. Right. It's so many ways to get around. Free housing. I don't want to put them in rent.
Oh yeah, no rent.
I'm not no mortgage.
No mortgage, no nothing.
But it also depends on where the housing is. If the house, it's got to be a good house. It can't be no rust bucket.
Where you live right now, like just where you live right now.
Okay, well then free housing.
Yeah.
Nobody said free food or free healthcare. Y'all don't.
Hell no! You gonna give me unlimited lobster tails and crab legs?
Crazy. We gonna look. If you give me free food, I'm gonna definitely need some free healthcare because I'm gonna eat everything. I'm gonna be one way ticket to diabetes bill probably, bro.
Yeah, you already eating cup of noodles, like.
Okay, first of all, I don't eat them regularly, and there's nothing wrong with a good cup of noodles. Okay, you know you got some in your house.
No, I mean they're good, but they just got too much sodium. If they didn't have so much sodium in them, I would totally eat them. Like when I was younger and I didn't give a fuck about shit like that. That fucking Easy Mac, like that Easy Mac and hot sauce, they used to be my shit.
The blue box?
Like that no more.
Oh no,
the little blue bowl that you could, listen.
No, that joint is like 700% of your daily allotment of sodium.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. That's why I don't fuck with it no more. That's why I don't fuck with it no more.
Dang.
I'll let the free transportation go, by the way.
You let it go?
Mm-hmm. It's just like if everything else is free, bro, I got money saved up for that. We good.
Yeah, I'll buy the $90 Uber if it's got to be, if I get everything else for free.
Right.
Right. I ain't tripping.
At the very least,
I feel like here's how you know it's a very American. They said put free healthcare on this. Other countries just be like, wait, you pay for your healthcare? Like other countries are so confused when we talk about paying for healthcare.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And plus, I feel like where we are, we're really like, because like, for example, we were in New York, I feel like we might feel differently about the free transportation, like conversation, but here we don't really use public transportation like that because we don't have that many fucking options compared to somewhere else that has a much better dedicated like public transportation system.
That makes sense.
Yeah, whoever came up with that smarter line told a whole lie.
Man, that shit go in a straight cross. You can't go nowhere. You can't go any of these places in between.
They told a whole ass lie.
The only time that shit makes sense is if you going somewhere that happens to be
right on that line.
It has to be right.
If you ain't going to the airport, it's useless.
It's pointless. I don't never catch it. Falcons game, airport. That's all you get by. That's all the only marty you got to be.
If you ain't going downtown to the airport, you ain't going nowhere.
Nope.
Went to New York as an adult. I was like riding the subway everywhere. I'm like, oh, this is fun. When I get back to Atlanta, I'm gonna try to take it to MARTA.
Nope.
And yeah, I'm sure y'all.
Nobody taking MARTA to Pink City.
I went to the Lenox Mall on the MARTA. I was like, this is whack. I ain't doing this shit no more.
I used to have to do that because like my school was in Buckhead, right off Lenox, so I had to take that shit to Lenox all the time. I hated that shit.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. All right, y'all. We still waiting for y'all to hop up in that chat. Maybe y'all are already in there, and I'm in the. Nope, y'all ain't in there yet. But while we wait, I do want to give Ja time to introduce himself because I feel like you didn't really get to like talk about yourself like that or your gaming history or anything like from birth or what.
Yeah, I mean, so I turned 40 years old on Friday. So I'm a child of. Even though I was born in 81, I'm gonna say late 70s because the first video game console I had before we got a Nintendo in the house was an Atari 2600. So stick and button. So I come from what was the joint called? Combat, where it was the tank and the plane and you shoot the bullet off of 5 walls and try to get that is where I come from from gaming from the beginning. But then to like obviously Nintendo, but even like computer games like Doom and Oregon Trail and Duke Nukem and like all of these type of things. It's like Wolfenstein 3D, like that is everything from that point on is kind of like my era. So gaming has always been, a part of my life to a certain extent. Now, over the past few years, I probably fell off super hard in comparison to like how much I would play at one point, because it always was shooting games. And then at some point it evolved to just sports games. Like I was just playing live. I was just playing Madden. I was just playing 2K. I would dip into like Gears and things like that here and there, but it got to the point where me and all my friends were just so competitive that really it just became about sports games. Because everybody liked to gamble, everybody liked to talk their shit, and it was more of a thing where, if you have a house full of people, everybody might not necessarily can play the shooting game at one time, but everybody know to pass the sticks when you get dumped off on Madden. So like that just became more of the focus inside of my friend group.
Okay.
But me and my brother, like my brother I have a younger brother who's 37 now, but he was always like, remember Fred Savage and the Wizard?
Mm-hmm.
He was always that kid. Like we would go to Tilt and go to the arcades and like, whether it was Street Fighter, Killer Instinct, Mortal Kombat, Tekken 2, what was the other one? Virtua Fighter. Like, he was the little kid who was going to kick all the grown people ass in the arcade. And I would have to stand there to make sure that none of the grown people acted up with this little boy, because it's a line full of quarters and can't nobody get him off the sticks. So, like, that is the context in which I view video games, and like just my history of loving game, and particularly fighting games from that era.
That's what's up, man. But yeah, go ahead, Kev.
I have a question. I mean, not be specific. I'm saying ask, since we don't have one.
Repeat that.
I have a question, not for him specifically, but I'm saying for the group. After you're done doing this, I think I have a solid question to ask the team.
Okay. But yeah, Jai, I wanted to mention, I didn't mention it in the pre-show when we were setting up, but I wanted to mention earlier in the show that I had, obviously I heard you on, is the mic still on? Thought you were like one of the best guests they ever had. And I was like,
thank you, man.
Yeah, I was just like, damn, like you really, and you like it's obvious why you know all your shit after knowing more about you, but it's just like, damn, like every topic, like hella in depth, funny, insightful, all that. And then, I followed you on Twitter at that point, and then I'm watching Stick Talk, which is, a podcast you were a guest on. And then I was like, wait a minute, Hip Hop Obama. I'm like, oh, that's John. And it's like, I was like, oh, we need to, because I didn't know you were a gamer. So it's just like, oh, let's get him on Dead End Gaming, like, to chop it up with him or whatever. So stars aligned, and that's the origin story, man.
No, I appreciate y'all having me, man. Like, I like talking a little bit about everything. So like, to your point about like having something, that's just something I just like to do. If there's something I'm interested in, or even have a passing interest in, I like to, like, not saying I'll be an expert or anything, but like I like to immerse myself in it enough to like understand the finer points of why people enjoy a certain thing, or what are the certain things about something that I enjoy. And so like that's definitely part of the DNA. Oh, other thing I wanted to shout out too was like, shout out to all the side scrolling fighting games.
Hell yeah.
I feel like side scrollers are like, it's definitely like a box Chevy. It's like a thing of the past that ain't around no more. Yeah. But like all of those side scrollers, whether it be, Streets of Rage or Double Dragon, Bad Dudes, even Kung Fu on the OG Nintendo, like all of those side scrollers is like, I used to get a lot of enjoyment out of those.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out to Final Fight.
Shout out to Final Fight. How about that?
Kevin, did you want to ask the question now or after we got our person on the line?
I mean, I could ask the question now since we don't really have one from the fans.
No, we do. We have somebody in the queue.
We got one in there now?
Yeah.
Do this then.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. Bringing up to the queue for the second, maybe third time, we got the legend. JP runs this. What's up, my good man?
Uh-oh. Can't hear you. You're live on the air, JP.
JP.
Uh-oh.
JP, we cannot hear you. JP, you're
we looking real Hollywood
There you go.
right now.
Okay, we're here.
That's the
JP,
homie.
live on the air.
What up, bro?
How y'all doing?
Chilling, man.
What up, man?
What's good?
Hey, how's everything going?
All right.
Same old. My question, I was looking at a couple reviews of the Mortal Kombat movie,
Mm-hmm.
and somebody brought up, I think it was Double Toasted, that brought up the point of fan service on how some people feel like they have to bring certain things into the game instead of being from the game to the movie, instead of trying to maybe be a little bit more innovative. And I see that with certain games and certain franchises. Do you feel like it's still fan service kind of ruins it a little bit or limits the movie?
For me, I think the best fan service is subtle. I don't feel like it's aggressive and in your face, but like having the like the down forward low punch or light punch or whatever in the background, fan service like that, just having like background shit, maybe a line here or there that's performed in a way that it doesn't feel awkward, and somebody who knows nothing about the franchise is like, what's that mean? Like, why you say that? You know, if it's just like something that everybody can just kind of like consume, and if you know type of thing. And
it doesn't feel forced.
Yeah, it doesn't feel forced.
Right.
And you know, sometimes Marvel does that well, sometimes they don't. But it's just one of them things where you feel like you're in the in club. You get rewarded for having knowledge of the franchise, but it's not necessarily necessary to enjoy what you're consuming. That's my answer.
All right.
That's real. And it's not so like, again, like in your face or executed in a way that it's awkward or makes you roll your eyes, you know, like, because that's the thing you're sort of walking a line with. Like, I think fan service, especially for something like, you know, Mortal Kombat, that has been what it is for all the years that it's been. It has, you know, like dedicated fans or has like a dedicated following. I think for something like that, you kind of have to, you know, include some shit like for fan service, but, you know, like we said, like not being awkward or being like that character would never say that, or that feels forced, like y'all were just trying to jam that shit in there and it doesn't fit, you know, like that's where it becomes not a good look. And that's some of the things that we were saying earlier, I think, where, and I feel like that's also sort of relative or subjective, that some people are going to feel like it's doing too much and some people are going to like it. But there were some moments, like I said earlier, for a fan service that I really dug or kind of got me hype, and other ones where I was like, eye roll.
Yeah, I think when it comes to fan service, it is like a sort of a tightrope line that you can walk, because you got some people who want that fan service. They want every bit of fan service they can get out of a franchise because they love it so much. And then you got people like, and I agree with what Eric was saying, is make it very subtle and make it, if you know, but it's not really reliant on you enjoying whatever you're consuming as far as the movie or the show or whatever it is. So I just think that when it comes to fan service, like you don't have to, like, it's always too much is always, but it's a fine line. Like, not enough. I would rather have like a little bit than too much, because when you go too much, then you walk that line of it being, like you said, corny, overdone, forced, and then you're like, all right, we get it. You're trying to make us feel like we're happy, we're watching what you're giving us, but make the product good. Make the product good, then give us a little fan service on top of that. We'll be a lot more happy. So I think they should do that, not only with of course with the Mortal Kombat moving forward, but any movie. That's why I think Sonic was such a good movie, because it gave us fan service, but it also was still a good movie, you know. And I feel like in the next one that they do, they're going to continue that. So let's just give us enough, but not too much.
I didn't realize until recently how much of fan service turned into a slur. Like, it's really like when you see critiques, see critiques of movies and TV shows, like it's like people will trash something because, oh, it's just fan service. But I'm like, when you announce a property like Mortal Kombat or like a Marvel movie, something that people have been dedicated to for a long time, yeah, you're making a movie for everybody, but like you're making it for the people who know or who have been, you know, emotionally attached to this franchise. So you got to give them something. Like, I don't think you can just leave people out, you know, that are expecting something to go on, or certain little things to be nodded at, to just leave them out in the cold. But yeah, there's certain things too much. And so, you know, that's the writer's job to figure out the right amount.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that was what I was going to say. Like, fan service ultimately is, so if the fans that you're trying to like hint and like wink at aren't feeling it, then it's just like, all right, maybe we need to go in a different direction with our fan service. But kind of like Tyler said, that's gonna be subjective. So some people gonna like it, some people don't. But speaking of Marvel, like that's some shit I actually know about. I like comic books and shit, so it's like I really look forward to how they're gonna work in certain things in those movies. So it's just like, all right, how they gonna make this happen? They're not doing that. All right, it is what it is. Everything page. So I expect fan service to fit the situation. And I feel like they have to find the right fit depending on how every fan's gonna be. So everybody ain't gonna like it. So it is what it is.
Got to be organic.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah,
Understand.
balancing all things.
Yeah, it's hard to find a balance. I don't know. Did it take Marvel a while to find that balance? Or do you think they got it automatically? Once it got to Iron Man 1?
It depends on which movie or show we're talking about. Some of them are good. Some of them is a lot. It depends for me. But Iron Man 1 was good. Iron Man 1, I feel like they stopped before they did too much. Because I really enjoyed specifically how when Coulson kept coming up to him, he kept like saying SHIELD, the whole acronym, which I knew. Like I knew what SHIELD stood for. It was funny how he kept not calling the SHIELD till the very end. I was like, oh, that's good. I like this. And stuff like that where it's not too much, but it kind of makes sense. I was like,
all right.
Yeah. All right, JP, appreciate the question as always, man.
Salute to y'all.
Appreciate the extra effort. Bro. Turn on your cam, all that. Put on headphones next time so we hear that damn Discord.
I was too on the camera, so my bad on that.
I know.
It's all good.
You know I gotta fuck with you.
Have a good one.
I appreciate you, bro.
All right, man. You too.
All right, bro.
Take it easy. All right, and I was gonna not take any more questions, but I'm gonna pull Isaiah Mountain for the next question. He is our editor for our YouTube channel.
Gotta get a question from him.
Gotta get a question from him. So, Isaiah, you are now on the Dead End Gaming Podcast.
What's up, y'all?
What's up, Isaiah?
What's up, bro?
It's kind of got to go with the movie, but robot arms or robot legs? Which one would y'all rather have? I already asked some of y'all this, but I need to know.
What I say? Arms, right?
I forgot what I said.
I said arms. I said
arms.
I'm gonna say legs.
Robot legs.
I'm gonna say legs.
I want to say legs too.
Why legs?
The mobility, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, if it
sensuality.
If it makes you run faster,
I'm not touching a woman with no cold arms, bro. I'm just saying. That's really my answer, bro.
Put some gloves on. Put some gloves on.
Man, who the fuck am I? Fucking Winter Soldier. Nah. Getting these fingertips.
Plus, not for nothing, if you have robot legs, if you can learn to like, you know how like monkeys and gorillas can like grip stuff with their feet. If you got robot legs, I feel like you can learn to replace your arms with your feet. But you can still run fast and jump high and do all that stuff.
Could be a Star Fox.
Who doing that in the streets?
Kevin is not a good man. It's arms all the way.
What they gonna tell you? I got robot legs. You gonna come talk crazy to me? You through 5 walls.
I want arms.
You know how long it's gonna take you to get that good with them legs?
Okay, what if your kneecap rust up, then you know you tweak it.
Yeah,
that's what
I'm talking about. Someone can kick you in the back of the leg, and then what are you gonna do?
It's arms.
I throw my hands. I throw my hands from my stump. Because you
have no footwork to get out of anything. You just stuck waiting to get hit. Like that's all.
Bro,
the answer is arms. The answer is arms. Because
Yes,
you
thank
legs.
arms.
Thank you, Kevin.
Like,
Thank you.
What if your kneecap rust up? Like that's just gonna happen when you get old, especially you keep eating all them cup of noodles. Like,
oh, she bring it back to the noodles.
I got a whole storage closet full of cup of noodles. I'll eat 1 cup of noodles probably once in a while.
As you get older,
Yeah,
and
man, you got a storage closet of them grams, though.
Yeah, you don't need to eat cup of noodles. All those grams you be pushing.
You got that storage closet of them grams.
What y'all talking about? I've never done anything of the such. Only grams I know about are golden grams, Teddy grams.
You gonna get gout. You gonna eat all the noodles and get gout. And then
I'm very healthy, thank you very much. Okay, my doctor said my health is immaculate. Thank you very much. Okay.
The answer is arms all the way. Your legs are the most powerful part of your body. You need to be mobile. Everything you do usually starts.
Robot legs are mobile. You can still be mobile. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
You get mobile with fucking robot legs. You're gonna wake up tomorrow and have
Hello.
Why wouldn't you be more mobile with robot legs? Yeah, with robot
legs. They didn't just say like y'all think it's balance. Y'all think it's Jack's metal shit or like Jack's robotic. We're not talking about the shit he had at the beginning of the movie.
Right. You thinking like chicken metal legs. No, we're talking about robot legs. You can move them, bro. What are you talking? It's a robot leg.
You can't even name 5 people. You can't even name 5 people that got robot legs that look cool. You can name more than 10 people that have robot arms.
You lose your arms, you're basically losing a sense. You're losing your sense of touch. Like you still got it in your legs, but
okay, but I look cool as shit though with a robot arm though.
Your whole sense of balance is gone.
All right, balance.
Let me ask you this.
The robot legs.
You walk up, somebody talking shit. You got a bite. Somebody talking shit. They see you pull out the robot arms, they shutting the fuck up. They see you with robot legs, they laughing at you on sight.
How often does this happen? This weird ass scenario.
Wait, I feel like y'all are thinking of it like it's a bad thing instead of an enhancement. I feel like y'all are looking at it like it's a bad thing instead of an enhancement. You know what I'm saying? Like if you could have strong, just think about it that way in terms of this is something stronger. Like you're on some fucking cyborg shit now. So if you could have your legs be stronger or your arms be stronger, you wouldn't pick your legs.
You can run faster.
We can settle this right now. When you watch an MMA clip, what is more devastating? When somebody gets kicked, knocked out, or punched, knocked out? When you get kicked in your chest,
I don't watch. So I
when you get kicked in your chest, when the bell rings, you get kicked right in your chest, and you're done for. To me, that's more impactful than throwing a straight right.
The strength comes from your legs, like I said. But if you have an odd base with these new robots, you know it's gonna take you to learn how to kick with that shit.
Have you seen how quick them robot dogs move?
For real.
Them robot dogs be out. That's terrifying.
That's different.
But okay, and think about this: the legs have to be adequate to your body type. So if you're a big dude, you got to get some big legs. You got to be able to.
Here's a much more realistic scenario than somebody standing by your bed talking about let's fight. you know you want to give your mom a hug. You want to pet a dog. Your woman wants to spend time with you.
Well, like the arms are like ultimate level strength that just destroys everything.
I'm not talking about strength. I'm talking about the sense of touch.
Oh my god, bro.
He's right.
Okay.
He's right.
What are you talking about?
Okay, but you talk about hug. You still got your chest, you still got your back. You know, you still feel the heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Your mama gonna be like, man, if you get that shit off me, what the hell you doing?
Granddad is over there like, you know how much tram I can cut up if I got robotic arms? He like, fuck the sense of touch. I don't believe y'all right now.
That's just crazy to be done.
All the basic shit that you do with your hands and arms, like you trying to fucking unscrew a fucking grapefruit juice or some shit. You try to open a grapefruit juice.
You can do that in a split second.
Right.
Bro.
I agree that opposable thumbs and all that and the dexterity of hands is very. I'm not acting like that's not important.
We're not talking about dexterity or opposable thumbs. I'm talking about the sense of touch, bro. I'm talking about I gotta pee. Is that something you're not thinking about? Like, and you touching
you can use your other arm.
Yeah. I'm with Eric, bro. I'm not gonna
come on, bro.
Like, I don't want to forget what booty feel like.
I gotta wipe my ass. Oh my! Click. No, man, get out of here. That logic is crazy. Your logic is crazy, bro.
You need your actual hands, your actual fingers. No. Okay, so can we do half and half?
Isaiah, look what you just said.
Can we do half and half? Can I do like one robot arm and one robot leg?
That'd be cool.
That's not as
if it's a left arm.
Maybe you get the spirit of the question.
We gotta work in extremes here. It's you can get hit, you can get hot, and I'm telling you, I'm not gonna be hopping around on no robot arms.
No, it's arms.
Nah, man.
Okay, how about
bro? People are gonna be laughing at you if you have robot legs. They're gonna kick.
They can laugh all they want.
Well, I won't be able to hear the laugh because I'll be halfway down the block before
you go Forrest Gump.
Oh my god, you can be the cyborg Forrest Gump.
Right. Yeah.
I bet the motorcycle dude from that insurance commercial is happy with his life. I bet he's all right. I bet he's not tripping.
Oh my god, man!
Just saying,
this is hilarious. Yo, thanks for
robot
that.
arms.
That was
Thanks for starting shit up.
Yeah, we gotta make a Twitter poll of that one, man.
Yeah, we got to.
Since it's divisive, even though it shouldn't fucking be. But great question, Isaiah. Thanks for all the work that you do with Dead End Gaming on YouTube. I'm sure the people appreciate it. They've been showing their appreciation. Yeah. So from us and from on behalf of the people, we appreciate you.
Yes, always, man.
Appreciate y'all. Can I get that follow back though?
From Dead End Gaming?
Dead End Gaming.
All right.
Oh,
I'm like a step cousin.
We don't follow you back. That's fucked up.
Yeah, I was about to say I'm like the step cousin of the Dead End Gaming family.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Bloodbath. That's fucked up.
None of us even knew this. You knew this, and you still didn't follow him.
I did it, so he said it. I mean, you know what? I got you, Isaiah.
Done. Everybody else can follow.
Yeah.
Everybody else can follow too. You can't see us out of focus.
I'm not
listen to the album too. Listen to my album too.
Oh shit! All right, B, that's on you.
You got it.
Yeah, B.
And
John. I got Quelle Chris on it, Granddad.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
I told you.
You got Quelle Chris on it.
Quelle Chris on it? Okay.
Yeah, come on, y'all. All right, stop playing with me.
I didn't even know you rap. See, you don't tell nobody.
I ain't know none of this stuff.
Bro, you ignore me in the chat when I try to talk to you. I thought you got mad at me because of the crap jokes.
New King asshole, let's go.
Don't do that. I didn't even know that. See, I
was like, damn, bro.
I get a lot of messages though, fam. I don't be checking them like that. So
cold world.
See now I know.
Crack world, bro.
Damn, bro. You about to get a stand letter, bro.
Just because I'm not buying crack from you, bro, doesn't mean I want to.
I don't even. Come on, bro. Talking about? Like, well, you see, that means you ain't buying the music because the music is the only crack I got.
Bro, I do be buying the music. I be buying your music, bro.
That was good shit.
You're so upset.
It was good.
I'm not upset. You're upset.
This is why live questions are the shit.
Thank you. This is why you come in the live Q questions.
Happening right now, bro. I got you. I say I got you. I got you. We gonna write this wrong. We gonna write the wrong, and then I'm gonna bring you to the lab. Okay, whatever lab.
I'll be in the lab. Wait, which one? Your studio lab or your crack lab?
The lab.
Whatever lab you think it is.
I'll be there.
Woke up, chose violence.
Heisenberg Technologies.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So I normally ask, what do you have to promote? I'm gonna ask it again, Isaiah. Would you like to, again, state with no interruption where people can find you, where what they can check you out doing?
Yeah, just Isaiah Mountain everywhere. Twitter, Instagram. I don't stream, but I mean I got Twitch. You can follow if you want. And then my album. It's on my hat.
What's the album? Cause you gotta say the name of the album.
It's on my hat. The Drum Will Outlast the Gun. That's what it's called. And I'm on streaming platforms, whatever. Just look it up.
All right.
I even got the B cosign. So.
Hey.
Yeah.
You're official when the 430 say you're good.
Maybe Here y'all go. Nope.
True. Oh, Isaiah, I sent you an Apex invite last night, so I feel.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Oh, you sound like Willie now. Oh.
Yeah.
I didn't get. Oh, sure you did. I'm sure you're very busy, man.
Since we're gonna go there, I texted you a couple of days ago. I said, "Hey, you got a full squad on Apex?" Bro left me on red.
I probably did. We messy.
Wow.
The grievances today, yo. We need to
leave.
Oh
shit.
Y'all messed up,
No, I love it. Oh man. No, appreciate you though, Isaiah. We can get our Apex games in. Right. Talk to you soon.
All right, later.
Peace. Oh man, that was hilarious, bro. That was Isaiah Mountain.
All right.
Y'all niggas is crazy, man.
Before we get out of here, Eric, what you got going on your channel this week?
Tomorrow I'm doing a Just Chatting stream, kind of showing the back end of my Twitch channel. I'm going to be editing some merch, some emotes, maybe making some alerts and stuff. So it's going to be kind of like an in-depth behind the scenes look at what I do on Twitch. And Friday, Forza, and Saturday for old school. Saturday is Resident Evil Code Veronica.
Okay. Hey, John, what you got going on? Anything that you want the folks to check out that you got coming out soon? Rather it's podcast.
Oh man. Well, we are gonna resume the Glass Case of Emotion podcast soon enough. We had to take a short hiatus. That's what you have to deal with when your co-host is a R&B artist. Is a whole. when your co-host, my co-host on the Glass Case of Emotion podcast is Marsha Ambrosius. She's in the process of working on some music, so we had to take a quick. We finished Wanda. We got through WandaVision. Well, we got through most of WandaVision, and then we had to take a little hiatus for her to do her thing. So we'll be back. Glass Case of Emotion podcast real soon. I don't know exactly where we'll start. We're probably going to dive into other movies that we just love, classic movies. It won't all be topical. It won't all be Marvel. One week it might be Above the Rim. The next week it might be the House on what is it? The House on Haunted Hill. Something. It's a show she's been trying to get me to watch that she wanted me to see forever. So we'll probably go into different stuff like that. Outside of that, man, you can catch me on the Twitters. I'll be on there running my mouth. Hip Hop Obama. Catch me on Instagram, Mr. Hip Hop Obama. Probably find me on Bossip talking about whatever crazy news of the day has transpired. And
you're the king of headlines, man. Your headlines.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Probably
man.
have some crazy headlines about stuff that's going on. Probably roast up some politicians. Make sure we hold people accountable in the places that they need to be held accountable at.
Mm-hmm. All right. What about you, Bub? What's going on with the Hold It Down podcast?
Bruh. So first off, I Hold It Down, as y'all know, still going strong. Just put the episode out yesterday. You know what I'm saying? YouTube videos dropped Monday. So I got to get caught up on. I was at the studio with B during Ultimate Madness 3. But as soon as I watch it, the recap will be out. Because you can't have a battle rap podcast and not talk about Ultimate Madness. Biggest thing going on in the battle rap world right now. So once I watch it, the episode going to be out. So I'm behind. Once it drop on the app, I got y'all. I promise you, we're going to be there week to week. But my whole bracket is fucked up. I don't know about y'all brackets. I told everybody to get their brackets before the tournament started. The best bracket fan win 10K. My bracket was done with in the first 15 to 20 minutes of the motherfucker. Damn. I ain't winning the goddamn thing. But damn. I'm still going to tune in week to week because, hey, you got to do it for the content. So the main thing going on over there right now. So make sure you tune in week to week, I guess. Well, actually, bi-weekly. So every other week they hold them bracket moving on. There's some crazy upsets. I need to see how upset I'm gonna get watching it back. It's like shit. Follow the show, y'all, at Hold Down Pod. You know what's going
on. All right. On my channel, pretty much tomorrow I'm gonna be playing Gears with Granddad. Probably about what time, Granddad?
What time? 4:30. I don't know. Whatever time you want to do.
Anytime. I mean, yeah, I'm off work tomorrow, so anytime.
Oh, you off? Okay. Yeah, I'm off work tomorrow too. So whatever works for you, just let me know.
Shit.
Anytime.
12:30?
Actually, no, because do it at any time after 3. Because my kid gets out of school at 2:30. So
3:30.
So 3 and on, I should be. Okay. Yeah, 3:30 school. 3:30 school.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much all I got going on. After that, man, I'm celebrating the B-Day, so that I don't know.
4:30 gang.
Right, 4:30 gang out here.
Big horns.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know. After tomorrow, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna stream. To be honest with you, but if y'all see your boy streaming, come up in there, holler at me or whatever. Don't be afraid. Come and chat with your boy. And yeah, that's pretty much it for on my end. I mean, yeah, of course, dead end stuff. We always upload stuff. It's the Mike's Alone new episodes. Of course, this podcast gonna be up Friday, so make sure y'all check out everything. Dead End Sports gonna be up. They recording Dead End Sports right now, and I'm gonna hop over there soon when I finish because they've been in there for about another hour and a half. So,
did y'all do La Machina?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
What else? Yeah, that's about it. Granddad, what you got going on your channel?
So yeah, tomorrow, Gears with you, and then on Thursday, since we haven't done a fighting game stream in a minute because my Friday's been fucked up, but we're gonna do a Throw Hands Thursday. We're gonna go OG Killer Instinct. We're gonna do that this week.
Go.
Yeah, finally gonna do it. And then for Saturday, I'm working on it right now, and it seems like I should be able to get it done already. We're gonna throw the wild card qualifier for the CPU Cup Championship tournament that I'm gonna be throwing in the next 2 weeks. So basically, if you follow the Smash Ultimate CPU Cup I've been doing for over a year, I finally got enough champions to create a championship tournament of all the champions, and there's one spot left for someone who's never won a championship. It's the wild card spot, and I've already predetermined who's going to be in it. So once I get everything lined up, Saturday we should do the stream. So come through and see if one person who has just not made it to the championship circle gets that last chance to do it, and then we're gonna do the actual champions tournament with a great prize that I will unveil soon. So yeah,
and I'm in that shit. Shout out to all the other champions out there.
Yeah, Beezy's actually in the wild card tournament, so Beezy's in it actually.
Actually, I want to say too, real quick, and I'm surprised I didn't say this at the beginning of the show, but shout out to everyone that came to my stream this past Friday, the 23rd. I had my my Discord sample challenge where Isaiah posted. It was Isaiah's turn to post a sample this month. I do it once a month. I do a sample challenge, post a sample, and then the next Friday, I go live on my Twitch room. Now I'll play the beats to everybody that flipped the sample. So yeah, we had 20 beats this past Friday. So shout out to everyone that came up, showed up, and showed out this past Friday on my Twitch channel. So yeah, that was fun. Tyler, what's up? You know I gotta come to you. I gotta still come to you anyway.
Breaking up.
You don't worry, Tyler. We're gonna get on that Halo multiplayer, man. We're gonna get it in.
For real.
I
know we keep talking about this.
I know.
Like I still believe. A hammer. I need a needler.
I still believe. You know, not granddad. He ain't musty no more, so there's no excuse.
I ain't never been musty, man.
Me, granddad, Eric, Tyler, we can all be up in that thing, man. So yeah. So all right, hey, job, man. As always, man. Thank you for coming through today.
Yeah, I appreciate y'all having me, man. This was fun.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you was here with us tonight.
Yeah, y'all niggas crazy, man.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, man. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So I'm gonna be out actually next Tuesday, so I will see y'all in episode 133. So make sure y'all hold it down for me in absence next week, and we will see y'all. Y'all will see the rest of the crew next week. So peace out.
All right, peace.
Peace, y'all.
All right, y'all.
Peace.
Right. Tyler.
Peace, y'all. Y'all use Tupperware in Florida. I thought y'all just put leftovers in like dead alligator carcasses.
Oh, no, you know what's coming.
I mean,
you know what's coming. You know
we could do that, but I mean that would just be a waste of alligators. I know. In Detroit, in the Motor City, you just keep all your leftover food in your trunks. But it is.
Oh my God!
The shots are being through. Y'all got clips today. Good Lord, what is happening? What's all the hostility today, y'all?
If anybody put it, we put leftovers in the trunk, the garage, because it's cold outside. Especially like Christmas leftovers.